This podcast is sponsored by Invicta Coffee Co. Coming out of Arizona. It's veteran-owned and operated. Great friends of the podcast. They make great coffee. They also do a great job of doing what they can and fighting the good fight when it comes to mental health awareness. A portion of every purchase that you guys make are going to go towards an organization or a foundation that does just that and specializes in mental health awareness. If you want to go check them out, invictacoffee.com. Use code POTTYMOUTH at checkout. This podcast is sponsored by Reload Rub and Seasoning. If you're looking to spice things up in the kitchen, impress your in-laws that probably don't like you anyway, or just trying to elevate your barbecue game, Reload Rub has got you covered with a bang-up lineup of rubs and seasoning. Go check them out at reloadrub.com. Use code POTTYMOUTH22 at checkout. This podcast is sponsored by Uncanna Natural Solutions. Don't get me wrong, guys. There are thousands upon thousands of different CBD companies out there, but the reason why I support Uncanna is because 1, American-made product, 2, veteran-owned, and 3, you're looking at top-tier quality products. Whether you're looking for THC-free products, full-spectrum products, balms, stuff for your pets and dogs and all that good stuff, they've got you covered. Go check them out, uncanna.com. And don't forget to use code POTTYMOUTH at checkout.
Of perfection, looking perfect and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so refreshing to see it. You know?
Yep. I agree.
It's good stuff.
Welcome to the show.
I hit you with the cold roll.
The cold roll. Yeah, I like that.
First time ever.
That was good, dude. Big move out of you. Big Dick Willie over there.
It's a flex. I mean, I'm not going to say too much about it, as you guys can see my setup.
Anyways, it's pretty bougie.
Yeah,
man.
Talking about flexing. The guest today, Shaun Fredrickson. What a strong name that is. Congrats.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
On that name.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming out, dude.
Oh, dude, what a joy.
What a joy.
Yeah.
Say that now.
He's like, I'm already out, dude. Can we wrap this thing up?
Actually, by joy, I mean this is terrible.
Well, this is actually, for nobody who actually follows us, this is take 2 with good old Shawnee boy over here. So anyway,
the first take was amazing though.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, Paul, can you walk us through that one?
Yeah. So my calendar got a little mixed up, and the old P had to bite the old foot and mouth and humbly grace myself with the penance and just the bad stuff. My mix up. Basically, I forgot.
Yeah.
The date.
Yeah.
I got the date.
Long story short,
that ramble was him saying that he had forgot that we had a podcast.
he was sleeping at home.
I was one day off.
Yeah.
You're one day off.
While
That's fine.
Spencer and I were going out to
Yeah.
freaking have some good times,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
How about that? Yeah.
You could have been there, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Some whiskey is great.
We can put your mic up if you want. You feel like you're.
Dude, oh yeah, I'm kind of a little low, aren't I?
Yeah, there you go. Relax.
Gosh. No, yeah, there we go.
Show off those beautiful dreads, man.
Yeah, dude.
Sitting in the sweet spot.
When did the dreads become a thing? Because I saw, didn't you and your wife have an anniversary here not that long ago?
We did. Well, 10 years, dude. Yeah,
10
so we've been married
years.
10 years. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
December was 10 years.
Congrats, dude.
Thanks, bro.
You're like, everything's great. I'm so happy.
Dude, marriage is the hardest thing. I mean, both
you
of
and I
y'all
talked
are
about
married,
that.
right?
Yeah. You and I talked about this when we went and
Yeah.
when we just painted downtown red.
Dude, it was awesome.
You guys are bashing wives? Or what?
It was, man.
No, but he made a really good point about marriage.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Here's a great example. Mother's Day was just this week. And
Shit.
I know. That's how I felt the day of. Like, oh
fuck.
shit. And I totally dropped the ball. Like, I had a big project I was working on, totally dropped the ball. And my wife was furious.
Yeah.
And, I did some stuff to like the kids created some projects or whatnot. They gave them to her. But realistically, I didn't have time to celebrate her because I was so swamped with stuff. And she was furious. Like the next day, dude, she wasn't looking at me. She was so angry. Like she went to sleep, like just like the cold shoulder thing, right?
Just
For
ass to ass.
2 days, bro.
Woo!
2 days. So last night, she's like, I'm taking off. I'm going on this trip. And I'm like, all right. I mean, she's been talking about kind of going on a trip. And realistically, the fact that she did that was great because it really showed me how much I dropped the ball. Yeah. You know, rather than pretending like there was nothing that happened, she was like, dude, you dropped the ball and it hurts my feelings. So I had to address it. So I was like, babe, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And so we did, dude. We talked about it. I hashed it out. I apologized. I was like, you know what? I was selfish. I was selfish. I should have laid my stuff down, but I didn't. And it's my fault.
You didn't play the Everyday's Mother's Day or Everyday's.
Dude, I did the day of. I said that. I was like, babe, I do all sorts of nice stuff for you every other day. Why do I gotta be forced to celebrate
Sean,
you?
just digging yourself.
Dude,
just hold on. I'm gonna get my grave here a little deeper here.
I dropped the ball massively. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah, dude.
But I got an amazing wife.
Yeah.
She was gracious, and that's what makes marriage so great. Is if you're able to humble yourself and ask for forgiveness, and then you're able to kind of like realize, all right, we're human,
and then bounce back from.
And then bounce back, and then you have great makeup sex.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. Just be thankful she wasn't Hispanic, because if Paul did something like that, it'd be over.
It'd be dead. It'd be like just like a
dude. Paul would be another no-show. I'd be like, "Where's Paul?" And then he's like on the back of a fucking milk carton or something like that.
It's been a while, the old milk carton. Yeah.
They don't do that anymore, huh?
No. There was a whole conspiracy behint that, wasn't there?
Was there?
I don't
Oh, do tell, dude.
I don't know about it. I'll pitch it for another one. I still get sent conspiracies. People want to hear them. You dropped it out.
Yeah, Oh, my bad, dude. All right, let's do one right now.
Pull one up, dude. It's gonna be the milk carton one.
Yeah. So I got one for you. The how about we're living in like that Black Mirror episode?
Oh my gosh. Which one?
Dude, I actually wrote it down.
The one where the dude was with the pig?
Because we reference it so much. No, not that one, but that one's pretty fucking
Dude,
gnarly.
that was gross.
The Black Mirror episode titled Nosedive, Season 3. If you haven't seen it, if you have no idea what we're talking about, go fucking watch it.
Give me the synopsis.
Dude, it's already happening.
Okay, hold on. Is this?
It's the social credit score.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, where she tries to go to the airport.
It's like, sorry, your social credit score is below a 4.5.
Yes, exactly. And then she gets angry.
Yep. And then the episode builds up where she's trying to rent a place.
Yeah.
And they're like, sorry, we only take applicants that have 5 point or
Premier. We need the premier applicants. And honey, you just spilled a coffee at a coffee shop. And 4.9.
Somebody had a weird interaction with you.
Yes. Dude, I need to watch that episode again. I just remember getting so angry when she was at the airport. I remember that caused like a rage to rise up.
Yeah.
Because I hate the airport, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Where going through security, dude, every time I like my fists are clenched and I'm like, how dare you look through my shit?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
shit
like,
gets stolen all the fucking time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. When you check your bags and shit like that, if you don't like secure your shit, people... I've heard so many. I grew up traveling a lot. My dad traveled all over the fucking place for his work, and
wow, flex.
I got
Rich
to white privilege, you know.
First class.
Yeah, but I remember hearing stories on top of stories on top of stories. It's like, dude, I got the hotel room and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like shit's just, you can tell shit's been tossed around.
Yeah.
Shit's missing. It's so fucking whack.
It's
like TSA, dude. Like they're literally fucking bottom feeders, dude.
Dude.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a couple listeners that are TSA.
Bro.
Absolutely
dude,
not.
There was like a streak of mine.
Do better.
I was traveling for work for, pretty consistently for a while. And I have light stands that I would put in my bag.
Yeah.
And consistently, I would get to my destination, open the bag up, and they'd have that little white piece of paper, the TSA paper. And every time you see it, you're like, oh, damn, I've been violated.
Yeah.
Somebody was in here.
Yeah.
And then you're like, checking. What's been taken?
Yeah.
What's gone?
Dude, talk about being violated.
Yeah.
When I got my truck fucking stolen out of my driveway, dude.
Whoa.
And then thankfully it all worked out. I got a better truck. I got paid out for almost just as much as I bought the other truck for.
Sure.
Wow, violent.
And
Is that white privilege too?
Absolutely. Yeah. They're like, what race are you? We'll give you full price for it. It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, you get the white hookup.
The black dude, like, dude, we'll give you $5,000. No, but it worked out where they literally paid me out, and 2 days later they're like, "Hey, we found your truck." Because if they had found my truck and it wasn't totaled, I would have had to take it back.
Totally.
You just feel so gross. Like so they found it. I'm like, on the off chance there's anything in that truck still that's mine, I want to go check it out. So it was out here in Paris, which we all know, Paris, California, fantastic area. And I get there and it's just, I open the door and immediately just like, oh,
really?
Dude, there's gross stains that weren't there before. And just everything's out of place. And, I remember like, dude, straight out of a movie, I'm like, all right, well, I'll pop the center console. There's legit a crack pipe sitting there.
What's wrong with that?
What?
Well, I couldn't believe it was still mine. It was still there. It was the
It's
one
still
thing.
here.
It's still here, dude. Couldn't believe it. That was the only thing they left. It was so wild.
Good old joyride in the old taco. Hey, you guys try to like nail the body scan? Like it's like a goal of mine. Like I want to nail it. I want to be. Sean's just cracking it.
The body scan, dude. I hate those.
Dude, I just try to like nail it.
Dude, do you do a couple like penis push-ups right before you go in? Because you know it's someone staring at your dong for sure somewhere.
Oh, are you going you're going basketball shorts with no
chonies, dude.
Yeah, just gotta give it a little, little attention right before you go in.
What
Or you
about,
do a pat down.
what about when you put your bag up in the thing and there's someone like in that aisle seat and you're like,
Dude,
this
I
is gonna be
always,
awkward.
like whisper like, it's okay if you want to touch it. It's fine.
It's on your shoulder.
Just real quick, I'm gonna act like I'm not seeing this.
Dude, the airport is just awkward.
If someone just went in there and just went like, nice, dude.
How did this get? What are we
What
in?
a compliment.
10 minutes and we're already,
Wow, dude.
it's already just.
Rabbit hole. It's good.
Well, before we do an introduction on you,
let's do it.
fine sir, let's crack some beers. So we're gonna play What's in the Bag.
All right.
With boozing with the boys here.
I like it.
Bringing back the old tall boy flight, if you will.
I love it.
Okay, so you pick a bag,
Okay.
whatever
You stick with
that
it.
is. That is your bev of choice.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think any guest has actually ever finished one of the tall boys.
Okay.
They've been pretty
Okay.
disappointed.
Okay.
In
I'm just trying to imagine what I might get here, like Keystone
I'm-
Ice.
I will say nobody really wins today. Okay, so
Great.
Keystone Ice it
for the
is.
first time I did this, I was the asshole who chose a Steel Reserve for somebody, and Paul was the one who got it.
Oh, sweet.
It was nasty.
Yeah, I went pretty hard in the paint on the first one.
We did get some hate mail for that because I bagged on Steel Reserve and people.
Yeah.
I was like, if you drink Steel Reserve, you just
Yeah, you're a
sad.
piece of shit.
yes.
You deserve all the terrible things that have happened in your life.
Half your listeners just don't return.
I know.
You get like
Wow.
10 downloads this episode. Like, wow, okay.
All right.
I guess we know our demographic now.
Steel
Or
Reserve.
was our
Should have gone with
demographic.
Paps.
Yeah.
PPR, man.
Oh man! All right, so we ready to do this?
Let's make it
okay,
happen,
so
bro.
guess you get to choose first. You,
All right.
you can see those
What
3
am-
bags right there.
Not really. Hold on, dude.
Just-
LCR. What
I need a
you
good.
don't get to
I need a
shake
good
them.
view.
It's not Christmas morning. All right.
All right. Can I shake yours?
Hello.
Let's go with the short one in the front.
Short in the
Whoa.
front.
Oh man, he's getting serious too. Taking the jacket off.
Yeah, we're getting serious, dude. I'm
All right,
getting.
don't unveil yet.
All right.
Paul, what do you want to do?
Surprise me, darling. Since I messed up last time.
Here we go. A lot of mic banging today.
Dude, sorry about that.
You're good.
Throwing the jacket on the floor.
All right, guest.
Hang on.
Are these? What are these bags?
No, Wetzel Pretzel special.
Just kidding, they're pretzels. Hey.
We're all getting drunk tonight.
Drunk and bloated.
All right, who's the camera on?
We're going Shaun, Miss
Let's do
Fredrickson.
Shaun. All right.
All right, you guys ready?
Shaun with the
do it.
W.
Here we go.
You, huh?
With a U, yeah.
Schwan.
Schwan.
Yes.
Did I like? Dude, I'm cool with Foster's.
You, all right, let's go.
It's the Australian beer. Come on.
Dude, it goes great with a lockdown, I hear.
Big
Goes
freedom.
down great with a lockdown.
Big freedom, guys.
Yeah.
Australia.
All right, you ready?
Let's make it happen.
All right, Spencer.
Paps.
Paps it is! Speaking of the devil, look at
How
that.
are you lucky? I probably got some shit.
This is going to work out so perfectly.
Oh, it's a Mexican beer.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, they'll take it.
Let's go! Let's go.
Dude, you
the
did this.
stars have aligned.
You did this well.
Yeah, this is so
cheers,
great.
gentlemen.
Cheers, gentlemen. Wow, I got a trailer park. You got a lockdown.
I got the lockdown, bro. Oh my gosh.
Cheers, boys.
Oh yeah, bro. Come on.
Cheers.
Glory.
Ah, there we go.
Cheers. Was I supposed to shake this? It's not bad, actually. I'll take this.
Yeah, that's so remember we had that soul
Yeah.
like lemon, whatever, lemon, something that was like French Spanish a little bit.
Okay.
There.
I'm here
It was
for
really good. I had it on Cinco de Mayo. It's been sitting forever, and I needed a cold one, so I drank it.
Come on. Yeah,
good.
it seems right.
It was good.
Come on.
And that one was so I don't even remember. It was like Bacante or some shit.
Dude, this is bomb.
It's a Modelo, but it's not a true Modelo.
No, it's,
No.
it's the chilada.
Oh, wait, I don't know that word. I'm not Mexican.
Well, you're from San Diego, sir. So
Yeah, probably get used to those words. You hear them a lot down here.
Chulo Vista. Come on. Come on.
Chula
now.
Vista.
This is brewed in Mexico. It's refreshing flavors of pineapple and chili peppers. Come on.
There you go.
This is summer bevy right
Yeah.
here.
Let's go.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, dude, I'm here for
I'm telling
it.
you, the one I had, that soul one, I was like, dude, this is fucking good.
I'm going to turn my mic
Really?
off.
I almost I almost got you a Clamato. I feel like that probably would have been a.
I'm not a big. I'll take it back.
I think it depends. If it's a house made, like home style Clamato, I'm in.
I'm not sure I've had one.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah?
It's like what?
No, you're talking about michelada.
Michelada. I'm sorry. Fuck.
Clamato's the
Sorry.
juice.
It was a.
Take your pills?
No, I did not, and it was a Modelo, but it was like something Clamato.
Dude, you just making shit up.
Shaun, how's that?
No,
is that Foster's going?
Dude, it tastes.
You got a little bitter face going.
Every cheap beer tastes the same.
Absolutely.
You know?
Dude,
And so I think there's one warehouse that just cans all the shit.
Yeah.
And it's Budweiser, Bud Light.
They're all going down the same
and I'm
funnels
like,
together.
You just got to get halfway through it before you can be cool with it.
You know that
I'm not there yet.
that video of that little girl who's like, hey, how does it taste?
Yeah.
Dude,
That was Shaun's.
dude, that's how I feel drinking it, man. I'm a Guinness guy. Let's be real. Okay. I drink stouts.
Fuck.
And so you drink this and it just reminds me of high school.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm cool with it, bro. We're going back.
Oh my god, that little girl's like, it's delicious. So she's like throwing it up in her mouth and swallowing it.
Have you seen that video, Shaun? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my
Pull it
god,
up.
it's a fucking great
Dude,
video, dude.
all right.
Can I pull it up? Let's see if I can find that real quick.
Girl, sour face or something.
Girl.
This might get weird on
says
that.
Like
it's
bitter beer
good.
face. Remember those ads? What was that?
Bitter beer face.
Was that one of those cheap beers used to do it? Budweiser probably.
Yeah, that was good.
That description is way too.
I know
long
that's gonna
for
get
this.
weird.
No, I don't see it.
All right, that's cool.
Anyway, it was a good one, dude.
it's
Where
good,
she
it's
was like, the mom has a camera in her face and she's like trying. I don't even remember what she was trying.
You never is. Yeah.
But she like takes a bite. She's like, like she's literally like fighting, throwing up, like
Yes.
projectile vomit, and she's like, it's good. She does it like 3 times.
Oh, this isn't an ad.
No, it's a viral video.
No, it's a viral video. Of a
Obviously, you're
little
not.
girl.
Obviously, you're not big on social media, so you probably haven't seen it.
Dude, I don't even have a social media account.
Hey, man, we just found you
Yeah.
hanging out.
I was just walking by last week, 2 weeks ago. Spencer's like, "Hey, you want to go get a beer?" And I was like,
Like,
"Yeah."
fuck it.
And
Why
then we were
not,
like, "Where's Paul?" Like, and you're like, "Well, let's just go get some whiskey." Here we are.
Perfect.
We did have a good time, dude. And he had never been down there.
Dude.
It was perfect.
It was awesome.
He's in San Diego, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to make your way up here.
True.
I need to do an episode up here. I was
Dude.
telling Spencer.
Episode.
Yeah,
with
We the People series.
Oh, I got you.
Big flex. Yeah, you're weird.
Well, you come out here for the church.
Oh, Tim Thompson?
Tim Thompson.
Yeah. But that's
what's
that's
coming?
Marietta, right?
Yeah, it's the same little valley.
Myriad is 10 minutes away.
Yeah. Okay. So Tim Thompson's rad. Dude's a legend, man. I love him. I do.
Good podcast. You and Brittany, Rudy Weens.
Oh yeah. Dude, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, dude. You're doing your research, bro.
Why do you think Spencer hires me? I'm like,
Paid the big bucks.
yeah.
Come on.
We got a lot
At
of
first, it was like, just look pretty over there. Now he actually brings
Pretty
a
and
little more
tan.
value.
Drink your beer, looking good.
yeah, hit some buttons.
We couldn't get investors, and they're like, you need to diversify. And I had a guy over there. His name was Walter, another white dude. They're like, dude, get Wally out of there. We need a
Yeah, Walter's the downfall.
yeah.
Crutch.
Paulo Salgado.
Thanks. I'm glad the PBR has turned you into
That's
a
great.
ethnic.
I'm the man of the people. You know what I mean? All right. Well, we're like 3 hours in.
Yeah,
So,
this is good. I'm feeling good about it. At
is
some
gonna
point,
sway.
I'm going to enjoy this beer. At that point, we should start the podcast.
All right. Perfect. Well, while you're teasing yourself and tricking yourself into enjoying
Totally.
that Foster's, I don't even remember what Foster's
I
tastes
know.
like, but
You want to try it, bro? It tastes like everything else. Bud Light, Keystone Light, Ice. I don't know.
oh man.
Yeah.
If you want to give a brief little background on yourself, sir.
Oh, dude. Well, so my name's Shaun. Obviously, we're there. Got that done. I'm from San Diego. I've really been focused on this liberty movement ever since the beginning of the lockdown, man. So my position in San Diego, when the lockdowns happened, my wife and I and our community really stood against all this chaos that started. Like, we were at the very first rally. I knew something was wrong from the beginning with all the COVID stuff. And my wife and I are trying to figure out, like, what do we do? How do we respond? So we, like so many people, jumped in our little RV and we drove to Idaho. We're gonna find some land. We're getting the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And while I was there, dude, I feel like the Lord kind of spoke to me on that trip, and He said, "If you want to leave, you can. Well, I'll bless it. But if you want to stay, I'll bless that too." And shortly after that, I show up at the San Diego County Board of Supervisors. I never really got involved in politics, but I had this one woman. Her name's Audra Morgan. She came up to me at this little like community event. She came up to me. She was like, "Hey, have you ever been to the San Diego County Board of Supervisors?" And I was like, "What the hell is that?
What did you just say?
Dude, what do they do there? Do they like serve? What kind of boards do they like jump on?" And so she informed me about the context of what it was. And so I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll go." And so the day of, I told her I'm not going, and she was like, "Come on, come." So I end up going because everybody's freaked out when you're doing anything new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not very many people are really excited about learning the political system, and I'm very much like one of those. So I show up to support her. I wasn't going to speak. I didn't want to speak. I just wanted to be there to be like, yeah, that girl's awesome. This community's awesome. Be courageous. But then I heard the Health and Human Service Director, Wilma Wooten, speak. And the second she started speaking, this righteous anger started rising up in me. That I could hear the propaganda, and I saw how they were manipulating the data, because anybody that's been paying attention since the beginning has really, I mean, if you just look, you can see the data, and it doesn't make sense. You got 3.3 million people in a county. You've got 55 people that die in the month. Why are we locking down the entire county for 55 people? Yeah. You know, that's like having $3.3 million and then losing 55 cents and locking your bank account. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So I stood up and I said, I got to say something. And so I spoke, and I only spoke on what I knew. I had all the deaths because I was just monitoring the deaths. I just wanted to pay attention on my phone. So I just spouted the data that I had on my phone. And that video just went.
So is that how, and you were making a joke, you do have social media, but you got a nice little following. It's like 25 or something like that. And is that kind of how that sparked?
Yeah, I wasn't on social media before this. Like I had deleted my Facebook in January of 2021 because I was on it for a while asking a lot of questions because I was trying to figure out like, where do people stand? Why is it so divisive? And backstory, for me, my great awakening happened in 2015. Watching the Trump, Hillary, and Ron Johnson? What's that guy's name?
And I was thinking about that. That's funny you said that. Like the running candidates, I can remember.
Yeah, it was, there was two weird ones. There's this woman for the Green Party that I just remember her like in front of a bulldozer doing something. Like she was like standing up for the Native Americans or something weird.
I remember the Libertarian.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Gary Johnson.
No, it was
Joe Johnson.
Gary Johnson was the Libertarian.
Oh, you're right. Correct. I'm thinking of when Biden got the most.
Oh, you're talking about 2020.
When Biden got the most votes
that's right.
any president has ever.
The most loved president in history.
Most revered, most honored, absolutely.
Yeah, the most competent, well fed, the dude beefy.
The dude, he is just sharp as a marble,
Yeah. So my great awakening, 2015, and it all started with a simple Google search and then a comparison to Bing and wondering, what the fuck happened here?
Real quick, Shaun. Jeb Bush, Lincoln Chafee, Hillary Clinton, 2016.
Look up the Green Party.
Oh, okay.
Because Gary Johnson was, I think, Libertarian or Independent.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, Bobby Jindal. Hang on.
Type in candidate for 2016
Green Party
presidential election.
Oh, it's a lot of people yelling at me right now.
Green Party.
Do the thing.
Candidate 2016.
69.
Dude, you want me to do this, bro?
Jill Stein?
There you go, Jill Stein.
There it is.
She looked kind of like a weird science teacher.
Let me look at her.
But I was going to vote for her but then she was not the right one. So then I was like, Gary Johnson's the one. And then he made the Aleppo. Do you remember Aleppo? There was like something happening. There was some crazy stuff happening in Aleppo, Syria. And he's getting interviewed by Fox News, CNN, one of those big outlets. And he's like, Aleppo? What's Aleppo? And they just crushed him.
Yeah,
they absolutely crushed him because he wasn't up on what was going on in politics. There you go, Jill Stein, science teacher.
Dude.
That says public school all over it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm in.
Right? So once I began questioning that and realizing these media companies can manipulate us, I just started going down the dark, like there's questions like, what does the public think? How do we get to the point where all of the information, why does everybody think the same things? Yeah. What happened to the outliers? And so I was just on Facebook posting questions all the time, just observing how everybody's in groupthink. we all have the same ideas. And that freaked me out. So I would just continue asking for like 5 years, dude. I was on Facebook asking questions.
Damn, dude.
And then I decided I'm done. So I pulled the plug in January. I deleted my Facebook account and I said I'm done with social media.
Fuck.
And then a couple months later, it went viral. And so I started back up on Instagram.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
how it all started.
You always been outspoken or just kind of curious as far as, or I understand your great awakening.
Yeah.
And Spencer and I kind of are in the same boat as far as maybe being quiet. I'll speak for myself now.
Yeah.
But, being quiet and being just kind of not so much a sheep, but maybe a ostrich with its head in the sand.
Yeah.
That's the right term. And then obviously now seeing stuff in a different light, it's kind of awakened myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't consider myself. I mean, Spencer, you can speak into that as well. I want to hear if you've always been kind of outspoken, but not me. I was actually raised in a household with a very abusive father. Parents divorced. My dad was a single father. My mom kind of walked out. My dad was super abusive to the point where he was attempting to work full time. And if he was abusive enough to me and my sister, we wouldn't do anything crazy while he was gone. So he'd get home around like 7 or 8, and I was terrified of the guy. Oh. So there were a lot of moments where I would choose not to speak up when I saw injustice. But there's a few moments that kind of changed that in my life when I saw him do some crazy things that I was like, no, I have to stand up. And so I think it's in my youth, I wasn't given the opportunity to stand up. And so it was something that I learned. I chose to be courageous. I chose to stand up because my parents didn't cultivate that for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That sucks, dude.
No, dude, it's great.
Well, yeah, I know, but but as a child,
it's terrible. But at the same time, it is great because it's through hardship, right?
Yeah.
Where I think if you were to look at the most successful people in the world, I would say most of them have had hardship. Most of them have encountered so much hardship that they became successful because of their hardship.
Yeah. Sure.
And that's why I look at mine and I'm like, dude, I love it. Yeah. I have to choose to love it because I'm using it, right? And then I'm using it to empower other people to do the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
To round that off,
come on.
I was the same with Paul.
Yeah.
Kind of turn the other shoulder. I'd probably use the excuse, well, I don't really understand it. And there is some validity to that as well.
Totally.
Like, we talked about this when we hung out. I was like, I feel like they make this shit overwhelming and confusing on purpose to try to get people to just not pay attention to a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's my opinion, but
it's true. It's a good opinion.
So yeah, but around the Trump, presidential campaign, that's when I started paying attention. I'm like, man, why do they fucking hate this guy so much?
Hate him.
Like, there's been celebrities who've fucking been governors and mayors, and like nobody was like at this guy's throat. And I believe he was pretty revered before all that. I mean, everyone's got haters, don't get me wrong, but like there's a lot of people who liked him when he had his own show and he did this, that, and the other. And right when that happened, I was like, dude, these guys are like going after homeboy's throat.
Totally.
And again, people would just be like, oh, he's an asshole, he's an asshole, he's an asshole. But then I really got to thinking about it. I was like, no, it's because he's an outsider.
Yeah.
Because he's probably not going to play ball with the shenanigans that you guys have been getting away with for so long.
Totally. I mean, when's the last president that didn't accept the paycheck?
Yeah.
Why don't they talk about that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is a dude that got paid over $400,000 a year, and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the most noble things to happen. Like that's impressive.
If I'm not mistaken, he gave it to the staff.
I don't remember.
If I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know what he did with it. Yeah. I think he donated it. I think you're right.
What an asshole. How dare he do something like
what
that?
A racist bigot. How dare he?
Yeah, and it's funny, like all the things about him where it's like, oh, he's a racist, he's a bigot. He's like, okay, show me.
Yes.
Show me something.
Yes.
You can't.
Well, he's only got 15 black people on his staff. He should have 17.
Yeah, like, fucking asshole.
Damn. I mean, his press secretary should be a female, male, female, black person.
Doesn't have a single transgender employee. Dude. How dare he?
Yeah, it's amazing how it worked, though.
Yeah.
Like you can take, and that's what scares me about the media so heavily. You can take a good man, and I'm not saying Trump's like a saint by any means.
Absolutely not.
But he's a decent guy.
Yeah.
He did pretty damn good as a president. If you can vilify him and turn him into Hitler, what else can they do?
Yeah.
Like, what other good men have they done that to?
Oh yeah,
that freaks me out because, dude, that means they can do it to us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then I think that's why so many people are afraid of stepping up, is because they know and they've seen what the media has done, and they're like, well, I don't want that. I want to save my life. I want to make sure that I have security. I prefer security over becoming that guy. Yeah. And I encountered that. I was super afraid of what the media might say about me and my family.
Oh, for sure.
You get out there enough.
And your face is out there now, dude.
Dude, it's out there.
It's way out there.
There's no going back.
Dude, the internet plays for keeps, dude.
San Diego was kind of a big. It was kind of big in the a lot of parent teacher meetings, school board meetings. We got really national attention, and then you did too, Shaun. But it was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to know how much reach we had. So it's cool. You guys are a little bit further from me.
Yeah.
So would people talk about San Diego? Because in our perspective, we were like, I think we're leading something, but we don't, because we're so close to it, you can't tell, you know? And so we're like trying to hold these massive rallies and trying to motivate people, empower other people, like from San Diego to maybe in Nevada to wake up, or Arizona to wake up, or Idaho or Tennessee. So it's kind of cool.
I'd say more of the viral clips that at least Paul and I would see, it's coming from San Diego for the most part.
Yeah.
And at least California-based stuff.
Right. It's cool.
Yeah, then you had the right after the I talked about it before with Monique Hawk, was the cop in San Diego. I can't.
Oh yeah, you talked about.
I talked about it. But it was right after Breonna Taylor, like a day or two after, and it just kind of flooded that movement as well. And then with everything going on with the parent teacher conferences, or not conferences, but
hearings,
school boards.
School boards. There we go.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, we got put in the spotlight. San Diego was kind of in the spotlight for sure. Yeah.
It's cool to hear, man. We've been trying really hard. Honestly, it's been a constant push that's really been united. I've never been a part of something that everybody's pushing the same direction. It's really been a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's Freedom Revival?
Well, Freedom of Revival was like a culmination of it, where, you know, it was Thanksgiving and I realized we got to do something big. It's time. We got to unite people, draw people in, do something big. So I had this idea of like, let's get 25,000 people, show up and do like a New Year's bash to be like, we're going to change 2022. It's not going to be the same as 2021. Like, we're setting the tone now to do something different. I heard the idea came in my head. I was standing next to a friend, her name's Carrie, and I was like, Carrie, what do you think about this idea? And she was like, let's do it. And I was like, you don't think it's dumb? She's like, you're the right person to do it. Stamp of approval.
You didn't answer my question though.
Totally. Yeah, that's exactly right. She was like, yeah, it's dumb, but hey,
you're the guy.
Yeah, dude, you're the guy.
That's great,
shit.
dude. Well, it's really it's very fitting because, you know, Paul and I have talked about this a million times, where in California, where there's a lot of people like us, where you're like, California's just always going to be this way.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
But I would say in this last year and a half, 2 years, where especially out here in Riverside County, where, you know, aside from maybe like the first 8 months of all the lockdowns, like after that, after the first time they're like, oh, you don't need masks.
Yep.
Never went back.
Yep.
I would say the majority of people never went back.
That's so awesome.
And you got to just kind of do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. And I walked out of a couple of places. Oh man, no, I'm good here. I'll take my business somewhere else.
Yep.
You know,
Come on.
I do that shit all the time, and I would try to get people to do that. I told a story on the podcast a while ago where I was walking up to a Staples, kind of early morning, and there was a guy, probably early 20s. He's, you know, probably like 30 feet in front of me. He stops dead in his tracks. We're in the parking lot, walking to the front door, and he stops dead in his tracks. And he turns around and starts walking back. And I go, oh, did they close? And he's like, no, they required masks. And I almost grab the guy. Yeah. And I just keep walking forward. I'm like, nah, dude, go. Go.
Yeah.
Go. And we just both walk in there.
Yeah.
And I as we're walking through, I'm like, dude, if they tell us to get out, we can go somewhere else. Dude.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Come on.
And dude, we both walk in, nothing happens. And we both go our separate ways. But he was going to walk back, grab his, and like, it was so funny. I almost like clothesline, like, no.
Yeah.
We're going in, dude.
Dude, I would love to hear.
Said, fuck that shit, dude.
I want to hear his story, how that affected him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope in a positive way where he's like, you're right, fuck that.
Yeah, because that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need more. It's almost like we need more guides. Where are the guides?
Yeah.
You know, you've got a lot of people that'll say, I'll guide you. Just pay me $550 a month and you sign this here, 12-month commitment, and I'll guide you wherever you want to go. Yeah. But where are the guides that are like, dude, I'm going to make you and empower you just like the guy that did it for me. Let's go do this thing. You don't owe me anything, but just make sure you guide somebody behind you.
Yeah, you like, pass down the torch.
Where the fuck is that? Yeah. Why doesn't that exist? And I think, that's a part of the demise of our society is there's a lack of guides. You know, like you go out to Joshua Tree and there's guiding services that you can hire and you go to the guiding service for rock climbing, and you're like, hey man, I would love to go to this type of like climb. I don't know how to do it. Could you teach me how to do it? You hire them. Cliffhanger Guides, by the way, is amazing in Joshua Tree. I highly recommend hire
Shout
them.
out.
Cliffhanger Guides, go to them. Seth is the owner, Seth and Sabra. They're the dopest people in the world. But you hire them, and they will take you out into some place that you didn't know existed. And they will walk you through the process.
Yeah,
and they will make you better, right? That's a guide.
Hunting guides, fishing guides, they'll take you to all the good spots.
Yes.
They know exactly where to take you.
That's right.
And they'll teach you how to do things the right way.
But where are the guides for parenting? Where are the guides for politics? Where are the guides for masculinity?
Let the government do the parenting. That's right.
That's right. That's so good. Yeah.
How was your wife acting when you kind of came up front? How'd that come out?
Dude, I'm telling you, I've got the greatest wife in the world. She is hands down the greatest human being. She's followed me from the beginning. And that's the beginning of our marriage. We met traveling the world on a missions trip. We got back. I wanted to move to Morocco. She was freaked out because Morocco's Muslim, dude. And she's like, if you want to go, I'll go, but I want you to know it's not something I want to do. But she was willing to follow me.
I just want you to know that I'm not going to have a good time.
Yeah, dude. And that's exactly what she did with this, man. I go viral, and we're, here's this one. Like, it happened overnight. We were like, this is kind of interesting. As there's like an Instagram post that's blowing up, and we're just watching it go from 10,000 to 15,000 to 20,000. We're like, dude, this is so cool. Look at this thing happen. And it went from 40,000 to 80,000 to 100,000. We're like, oh, dude, this is growing.
Yeah.
And then it went to
slow down.
like 250,000.
Oh my gosh.
And then it got to the point where I was like, I think I've got to say something.
Yeah.
Where I felt like I was in a corner and there's a spotlight on me and people are just saying, so what do you think?
Yeah.
And my wife the whole time has been like, the Lord's going to lead you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you speak when the Lord tells you to speak. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
That's awesome. What did the video actually top out at? Do you remember?
Oh, God. So what's interesting, that specific video was around 250,000 on the original post. And then it jumped from that post to TikTok, to Facebook, to Telegram.
Shit.
And
probably well over 1 million.
Oh, dude, we're estimating somewhere around 10 million ish, but we don't know because the big accounts were like David Harris Jr. His was over 1 million, and then there's a TikTok account that was over 1 million. So, dude, and then the small shares in between. It's hard to know. You really have no idea.
Yeah, it's so hard to track that kind of shit.
No clue.
Yeah.
And then your collaboration with Brittany Rudy Wings.
Oh my God, she's amazing.
We'd love to have her in one day. She's cool.
You guys are super, aligned as just as far as your message and just kills it. It's great.
Dude.
1-2 combo of like freedom. I'll speak for myself, but Spencer's probably right there with me as far as like, we may not be able to cultivate the words to really say how we feel, but we hear people like you guys and it's like, that's kind of how I feel. That's really what I'm saying.
That's what I was thinking, but smarter.
Yeah. Smarter. Yeah. I'm glad you said it.
Well said. She is brilliant.
Yeah.
Every time she's so cut and dry. Like she's like right, wrong.
Super buttoned up.
Yes.
Black and white. No,
yes.
like this is the way it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like she knows the truth and she's going to stand for the truth. I'm constantly empowered having her as a friend because she's always like conscious, morality, courageous, bold. There's no time to be soft. Let's be courageous. And dude, I have so much respect for her as a human being. And I can't imagine doing this with anybody else but her.
That's awesome.
But we've got a great team. Like it's me and Britt, and then there's probably 3 other people. Well, I mean, there's 5 of us that are running Freedom Revival. And then on top of that, we've got an extrapolated team where we've got another 3 that are really like key. And then about a total of 20 that it took to run that first event, the Freedom Revival that happened in January. So, I mean, it's a team.
And you're constantly doing lives, right? Which I'll tune in once in a while when I see them pop up where you're bringing in somebody who may be running, right?
Totally. Yes.
Or just having conversations that need to be had. So that's pretty rad. Got to shout out Chris Cook because that's how you and I met each other.
Oh yeah, too.
Up at the ranch, dude.
Come on.
She was thrown on an archery event and you came out and spoke.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. I'll never forget 2 things. One, you and I didn't even know each other at the time.
Yeah.
And you and your wife and one of your children were like by the axe throwing little area. And this little dude rolls up and he's like, oh, I want to throw. And we're like, oh, sure, dude. Like, no problem.
He's like 3, dude.
Dude, he throws 2 axes and they're kissing each other.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Like just goes thunk, thunk,
Totally.
and they're literally like a half
Yes.
an inch away from each other.
Yes.
We're like, he and I just, again, never even spoke to it. We look at each other like, what the fuck just happened?
Sign them up.
Like, dude, just shut it down now, man. Shut it
And this is after like me and the kids have been trying this, and I'm like, dude, these things are broken, dude. They're not gonna stick in that. And this 3-year-old kid walks up and he's like, let me try.
Mic drop.
Dude, it was
awesome.
like, not only did he get it to stick, but then he threw another one, and they were literally touching each other. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, fucking sign this dude up.
And you got it on video.
I got it on video, dude.
So there's evidence here.
There's evidence.
This isn't just
Pretty
us
wild.
making this up.
Pretty wild. But I wanted to bring that up because you actually had a chance to come in and talk.
Yeah.
And I remember I was running video, and we were inside. It was shit weather,
Dude.
right? Oh, dude, we had
Snow.
We had sun, then turned into wind, then
Yep.
turned into hail, and then snow. Dude,
I forgot it hailed.
wild. Yeah,
Yeah, it
dude, there's
hailed.
some great footage though from the hail. That was pretty sweet.
Welcome to Julian.
Yeah, welcome to Julian. Exactly. But we're all in like the little garage area, and I remember you came in and spoke while everyone was eating.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you saying like, "Who knows all of the Constitution?" Right?
Mhm. Well, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, I know. But
It's like the First Amendment.
I think you said like, "Who knows the first?"
Yeah.
Obviously
Yes.
we know second, third, fourth, and then like all these hands start dropping.
Yeah.
And then like you go down the list and like and I remember you were like, it sucks, right? Like
Yeah.
not all of the like these are things we should know.
Yes.
But here we are.
Yes.
It's pretty wild.
Dude, that's such a great point, man. I love that setup because the constitutional founders essentially said, if you anticipate preserving your liberty, then daily comprehend these rights. Because if you're going to preserve liberty, you need to know the foundation of where your liberty's from. So if you don't know your rights, then how in the world could you preserve them?
Yeah.
And the
No
problem
shit,
is we
right?
don't know what our rights are.
Yeah.
So we've inevitably fallen into a position that the founders knew would happen if you didn't comprehend where your rights are. It's just a matter of time.
And then you're just talking about the First to the 10th Amendment.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
set into stone, I guess you could say, into 1791, and they withstood the stand of time. They're still relevant now.
Yeah.
Like it's like you said that having that use the word with the P, just the perception to realize that this was going to withstand time and it's going to be relevant throughout time.
Yeah.
And you can still refer to it now and just really like make it makes sense.
Yeah. What's crazy is so nature's law and nature's God. It's all built on the fundamentals of Christianity. And the 1619 Project is doing the most that they can to discredit the founders. They want to make them all atheist, racist, bigots, because if you can corrupt the beginning, then you can corrupt the end. Mm-hmm. If you make the roots that are so detestable, then they can make the tree detestable. And that's the hope. Like they want to uproot this thing and create a new system because they hate this idea of liberty from the people. They don't want people to have liberty.
Or nor do they want to have people unified.
Well, yeah, they don't want unity for sure, because then unity would bring an ability to mobilize and resist the powers that be. Like you look at England and, the 1700s when the Pilgrims left, right? So the Pilgrims are in the 1600s, they leave 17, they land in Jamestown, and then like 1620-ish, 21, they land in Plymouth Rock. And they're both two Christian groups that are different, but they're fleeing England because England is so oppressive. The Church of England is so oppressive that they just want to own property. They want to own their own business, but you can't unless you're a part of the Church of England. And so they flee. They get to America, and you have two branches of Christianity. One is massively against slavery, massively. And the other one's kind of like, meh, it's okay. Mm-hmm. So the northern, those in Plymouth are massively against slavery. The ones in Jamestown are kind of like, meh, it's fine. To the point where those in Plymouth had a law that said, what's it called? Slave. It was a law against the trade transaction of slavery, where a slave ship showed up in Plymouth and they detained and arrested the slave ship captain, put him in jail, and they freed all the slaves.
Damn.
In Plymouth. Why do we not know that story? And why do we not know that the foundation of this country was rooted in Christianity so much so that the North had laws against slavery from the beginning? Mm-hmm. Against it from the beginning. There was only 2 states that wanted slavery in the Continental Congress when they created the Constitution. There was only 2 states that wanted slavery. The other 11 were adamantly against it. But for the preservation of the Union, they decided that they were willing to allow slavery temporarily. But they were still the first nation on the planet. Every country around the world had slavery. Wow. Every single one of them. It didn't matter where you went, there was slavery. The United States was the first country in the world to outlaw slavery. The fourth country to outlaw the trade of slavery. So, forgive me, backwards. The first to outlaw the trade, so that you can no longer import slaves, that ended first in America, but they were the fourth to outlaw slaves in general. Like you can't have a slave.
What was the first country to outlaw slavery right out?
England. Yeah, Wilberforce. William Wilberforce. Remember that whole movement? Another Christian. Oh. Another Christian that was so overtaken by this detestable. And here's another thing: the Declaration of Independence. There was two copies. There was a rendition that took place, right? When it was written, Jefferson, right, wrote it, and he wrote all men are created equal. And he has this section about, it's like 180 something words that are talking about the detestable nature of slavery. From the beginning, this country wanted to be against slavery. They wanted to be a free country for all people. That's why it says we the people. We the people. Everyone's a people, but not everybody's a citizen. But everyone is a people, including slaves.
Interesting.
Slaves were people, and they have rights, and they're protected by the Constitution because they wanted all people to have freedom. This is the antithesis of the current government. The current government wants slaves, and we have become slaves. Yeah. But we don't realize it because we're entertained. We're inside the prison cell, and we're like, this game of ping pong's epic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's so true, though.
I
Think
love,
about it.
Yeah, we the people, I love it. It's just so broad and so strong. And we the people, we deserve the best. We deserve the best candidate for president.
Yeah. And when shit goes south, we the people stick together.
Come on.
Right?
I agree.
Like that's where we should be at, but I feel like they're just doing everything they can to divide and conquer, right? That's why that fucking saying is a thing, right? Dude. It's the easiest way to take over something. Divide them, take over, conquer them one by one.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of we the people,
what you
great
got?
rolling.
Let's go.
Dude, you've got your own, what is it, strictly YouTube? I mean, you're on Instagram, obviously, but
it's both. Yeah, YouTube and Instagram.
You got your YouTube channel, We the People, ?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love those clips, dude. Walk us through what that's all about.
All right. So the idea of We the People is going, like what we just discussed with this idea of the Constitution. It seems most people think they comprehend it. And so I felt compelled to go out and talk to the people on the streets and see, what do you actually know? Like, are we intelligent? Do we have the comprehension to understand what liberty means? Do we know what freedom means? So I just go talk to people, dude. I've gone all over the place. Dude, Oceanside. I was like at the pier. I go inside Walmart one time. Dude, I'm just having fun at this point.
I'll never forget the clip. You're in Walmart and you talk to this dude. Looks like he's wearing some kind of like a polo that's got like some kind of a business logo on. And I believe you're talking to the guy about vaccinations or whatever. He's like, hey, did you get vaccinated? And he's like, yeah, I had to because of work. He's like, well, you said, well, what do you do for work? And he's like, oh, well, I make cabinets for so-and-so, whatever company. And then you're like, have you ever thought about, just doing cabinets on your own? And the guy looked at him like, no, I actually never thought about that.
You want to go in business?
Legitimately never even took it into consideration.
You could tell in the look of his face, he's like, fuck, no, I haven't.
I'm missing out.
I guess I should have done that.
Dude, and people don't know San Diego's a melting pot of people, rich, poor.
Oh, yeah.
We're really crazy. Hippie,
super elite rich.
Yeah.
And then you've got just huge homeless population down there too.
Yes.
Like, I feel like parts of San Diego and LA have some really bad homeless issues right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun to talk to the homeless people. Occasionally I'll talk to them. There was one homeless guy that I can recall. I think it was in Pacific Beach, where I went up to him because you can tell he's homeless. I judged him, obviously, because we're humans, so we do this. So I walk up thinking, he's not going to know shit. This is going to be hilarious. Yeah. Dude, he schooled me, bro.
No way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was so impressed. Where I asked him, like, what does it mean to be American? And he was like, well, can we break down the concept? Like, what would you like to understand about being an American?
Right when he said that, you're probably like, oh shit, this dude's about to take me to school now.
I was, dude. It was cool. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun learning from other people.
Have you ever had a situation where shit just goes sideways on you? Where somebody maybe start, peacocking a little or puffing up their chest or...
Yeah. For sure. It's the elite usually that it happens to.
Really?
Yeah, when you make them look stupid, they don't like that.
Oh.
Because they tend to build up as much. They build all these gates around their life, so they can like puff up. So people see their Tesla or they see their Maserati, and they're like, "I'm fucking established. See my suit? Don't question me."
Yeah.
But I sneak up and I ask them a question about the Constitution. They're like, "Dude, I'm a constitutional attorney." And I'm like, "Perfect. Then what are the 5 rights in the First Amendment?" And they just stare at me.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, didn't you just say you're a constitutional attorney? Aren't you supposed to know this stuff?
Yikes.
And they start, 6 feet, bro, 6 feet. Get away from me.
Oh, my
gosh. You're one of those dudes?
Yeah. I saw a clip. I don't believe it was one of yours, but it was the same concept, just asking random people on the street about, such and such current events. And I remember there's this old white dude.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, like, I can't remember what it was, but basically kind of the same thing where he got questioned, and he got pretty much made look like an idiot.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, can you name whatever they were talking about?" He's like, "Well, not right now."
Yes.
The whole like backpedaling as fast as he could, kind of a deal. I'm sure you deal with that on a
frequent.
Yeah,
it's really exposing to me. It's given me more confidence. Because I see these very confident guys that you ask a simple question and they don't understand it. It's helped me understand that there's a lot of people that are just faking it.
Oh, yeah.
In all walks of life, right? God, politics is a great one to talk about, but there's other avenues, right? Like in business, people are just faking it. Like they don't actually know what they're doing. They're just making it up.
Instagram,
dude. It's another great one. People are just faking it.
Yeah. But look at my life. It's so amazing. But in reality, you're probably like a waitress or a waiter. You drive a hoopty, but you go on TikTok and you've got 800,000 followers on TikTok.
Yes.
And that somehow equates to you having some kind of clout.
Totally. Spencer, we're going to talk to me about like that.
My bad, dude. My bad. I was going to wait till after the podcast to talk to you about this, but no, you see that far too often. I feel like on social media. But
to stick with the political world, I think that more of us need to realize politicians don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I encountered one of these moments when a state senator came up to me after I had an event and he said, "I'm thoroughly impressed that you knew what the difference between a state senator is and a state assembly member."
Let's go.
And I was like, okay, that seems pretty basic. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Not only did you know that, but you knew how many state assembly members there are and how many state senators there are and how many are up for election this year. That's impressive. And I was like, okay, the average person might not know that. And he's like, no. The average politician doesn't know that.
I'm telling you, bro, you're a conduit for a large majority of the people, of the voice. Like, it's a lot to bear. I don't know how that you handle the pressure, dude, but you got it, bro. Like, and just keep going. Like, you got an army behind you that's rooting for you, man. That's awesome.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of shit, I wanted to finish up on this going south.
Let's go.
I found a great fucking video. That I kind of wish was yours, and I would love to one day. Hopefully, this happens to you, because if this happens to you, I feel like you're on the right track. So here we go.
It's fucking awesome.
I believe this is a Costco. Did you see this video?
No,
dude.
What's he doing?
Asian dude, double masked up, has a can of pepper spray pointed at a Costco employee.
No,
because he's too close to him.
No.
Goes up, pushes him. The Hispanic dude, clearly not having it. Not having it. He's like, dude, touch me one at a time. I'm going to knock out all your fucking teeth and spit in your mouth.
But what about the other guy?
So check this out.
Doesn't spray him. Don't spray him.
He doesn't spray him. Homeboy goes, he asks for security, and the guy goes, I don't need this shit, and just bounces, dude.
Dude, you can't just threaten people with pepper spray.
And nobody's wearing... This is after all the mask mandates are gone.
He's the only guy wearing a mask. And why is he angry about?
I'm out.
Like, none of the customers?
None of the customers are. None of the employees are. Wow.
That's...
The restraint.
Yeah.
If I saw that happening, you are going to sleep.
Shaun, I got a question. After just seeing this video.
Yeah.
And I want your honest opinion.
Yeah, please.
We're 46th in life expectancy as a country. We're 5th in median household income.
Okay.
38th in math. 24th in science. crime rate through the roof.
Yeah.
Today they just said inflation for used cars is up 22%.
Wow.
Fuels 12%.
Yeah.
Are we still the greatest country in the world?
100%. Yes. But it has nothing to do with those statistics. It has everything to do with what we were established and rooted in. That it's like, have you ever rented an Airbnb? Gorgeous home.
Yeah.
But the people that are renting it are shitholes. It doesn't change the home. The people that are in the home are just disgusting. That's what we've got.
Interesting.
We've got a rotting society. The structure is still gorgeous. If we were capable of becoming moral people again, then we could preserve the country. But it's going to take all of us recognizing we have the responsibility. The government is willing to take the responsibility from us. But unless we recognize that the responsibility is endowed for us to be the ones that are responsible, we're done. We're doneskis, dude. The house will come crumbling down if the party doesn't stop.
That's a great clip right there.
We the people, man.
We the people. Fucking love it, dude. That's great.
You know
Good job, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask we were talking about a lot of broad things, but California in general, like California.
Yeah.
Like, are we fucked? Is there some light at the end of this tunnel that we haven't found yet?
Yeah.
Like, where are we at?
I'm about to release the rest of that. I went out last week talking about abortion and kind of asking the public, and it was down in Mission Beach, so it's much more liberal. And there was one lady I walked up upon. She's got this sign in the back of her car, and it said "Abortion is healthcare." And so I immediately walked up to her, and she was like bitter. But there was also another woman.
Was it the heavyset girl with the shaved head?
Yeah, that's the first. Yes, that's the first clip I posted.
She's like, "I'm a nurse. I know what I'm talking about."
Oh my gosh! And she was talking about ectopic pregnancies, dude, which is idiotic because that's an emergency surgery. That's not an abortion.
Yeah.
But anyway, so later in that clip or later in the full video, there's a woman that I asked.
That procedure.
Yes.
2%, right?
2%.
It's not like it's fucking common either.
It's not.
To lump it in with abortions and also to say that it happens regularly.
Yeah. Well, do you know how many people
lying through her teeth?
What about rape and incest? That's the next one. So rape, incest, and
I looked that up. And again, don't get me wrong, rape is a terrible thing.
Fuck yeah, it is.
And it happens a lot, but the actual rate and percentage of women getting pregnant from rape is very, very low.
What do you remember what it is?
It was like 4%.
Dude, less than that. It's 1% is what I found.
There you go.
1%. And the incest is less than that. Yeah. So we're talking about the same thing. It's like, remember the county, 3.3 million people, and we're going to $3.3 million and you're going to shut down your bank account because you lost 55 cents. Bullshit. All right. But there's this lady from Idaho that I talked to on the We the People. And I asked her, like, hey, you're from Idaho. What are your thoughts? And that woman is just as bitter as that first one.
Yeah.
Just like this vitriol coming out of her. And I'm more grateful to be in California because I know it's dark than to be in Idaho and pretend like it's not. You know, so like, we know there's an enemy. Like they're not going to surprise us.
Yeah.
Like we see them. Like
They're
Gavin
hey,
Newsom.
We're over here. We're coming for you.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom is terrible. Nancy Pelosi is terrible. Like Adam Schiff, terrible. I mean, just go down the list. Nathan Fletcher's terrible. Yeah. I mean, there's so many terrible.
I'm gonna clip this and just
Maxine
tag
Waters.
all those guys.
Like we just go down this. There's so many terrible. And then even like Alex Padilla is terrible. Who's the other U.S. senator? Dianne Feinstein, terrible.
That's who you're gonna vote for, Spencer.
Yeah, fuck. No.
Cordy Williams. That's the one you want.
Yes.
U.S. Senate, vote for Cordy Williams. The dude's a legend. Vote for Cordy Williams. 2022, June 7th, the primary. Don't forget to vote. You need to vote Cordy Williams on your ballot.
Cordy
Come
Williams.
on. So statewide.
That's beautiful because I was literally about to talk about the live you did with Brittany and him.
Yeah, Cordy. And
Cordy was great because he, again, coming from... He hasn't lived in politics, right? He was a civilian, as he said it, once upon a time. And he said coming from the civilian side and then getting into the political side, he made a comment. He's like, I can't go too deep into it, but like the swamp runs so fucking deep, like deeper than you think, like way deeper than DC. It's just absolute insanity what is really happening behind closed doors.
That's why Trump was so hated.
Again.
It's because he jumped beyond the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to skip the gatekeepers because they need their pay. It's kind of like that the troll under the bridge.
Yeah.
Like you're not allowed to skip past the troll or the troll comes for you. Like the mainstream corporate media, they were the troll.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the campaign managers that didn't get their cut from Trump. There's the trolls. And we're talking about this corporate elite. They're the trolls coming for their cut, and they're saying what Trump did is not allowed. Don't you dare think that you can go through and use your social media, your influence to get elected for some office. You got to come through us and give us our cut. That's what we're fighting against, bro.
I feel like Tulsi Gabbard was kind of the same way too.
Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah. What's your take on her?
Yeah,
she's a Democrat, but
Dude, I don't know enough about her.
Okay.
Truly. Like I know that she's been standing up as a Democrat for some like liberty focused stuff. She's been on Tucker a lot, but I don't know enough about her to comment.
okay.
I'll take it. Yeah, we both said that Jocko shook her down, and
Yeah.
she seemed legit. Like she
Yeah.
and they don't like her. The party doesn't like her because
Right.
of thinking that she's not
course.
part of the.
Because she's not what? She's not playing ball with
not playing
everything
going
else.
She's thinking too much.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
thinking
going to
too
cause
much.
division. What
Yeah.
if more people go her way? It's understandable.
because she's more like left middle. And
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
a thing.
Well, she's maybe a classic liberal.
Sure.
Yeah,
what they used to be.
What the Democratic used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like
the
a
Democratic Party used to be
traditional
is-
Democrat.
Yeah. Where they're not freedom haters by any means.
Yeah.
They may be a little more open-minded in certain avenues, but
Totally.
I mean, like right now, like the common liberal is just so far off the radar now. It's laughable. We were talking about Bill Maher the other day about how he's getting so much shit from that side because he's been a Democrat his whole life, and he says, "No, guys, I never fucking changed," because that's what they're all saying about Bill Maher. He's like, "Oh, you're fucking changed. You're going to the right." He's like, "No, guys, I never fucking changed.
Right.
You guys just went batshit fucking crazy."
They
Is what
did.
he said, and it's like,
Yes.
I don't see how you're going to argue that.
It's 2020, gentlemen. We can now have abortions.
Yeah, the men can have abortions now.
It's become insane.
Yeah,
It has.
yeah. Dude.
There was at the county board of supervisors, they just had passed an agenda item to give women equal rights as men, which on paper you're like, yeah, I support that.
Yeah.
Don't we all support that? But the weird thing is that's what it says. Like the title is equal rights. Women get equal rights as men. But if you read the agenda item, it's talking about giving men the equal rights as women.
What?
That's what it is. It's so that a man who wears women's clothes can now get the same rights as a woman.
I can't keep up with this stuff.
Did you hear? I'm pretty sure it's California based now, where if you identify as a transgender, you get like $900 in the mail or something like that.
Palm Springs, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's Palm Springs.
Palm Springs is so nice. It's such a nice spot.
It is actually. I've had some fucking wild
It is
times in
nice.
Palm
It
Springs.
is a nice
Good
little
shit.
break. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
nice.
It's like just a little beautiful little nugget.
It is.
I think it'd be much nicer if it wasn't populated. Like if the people weren't there, because the people are terrible in Palm
It's
Springs.
true. It's true. But you're never mingling with them, right?
That's
You're always
true.
at like a resort or
That's true.
white privilege. I'm sorry, guys, but when I flew in on my private jet
That's
to Palm
right.
Springs, but
Yeah, it's a good point.
so we actually had while we're on this topic, we actually had a question from the Instagram at Million Mile Marriage.
Okay.
He asked you thoughts on Michael Schillenberger.
Michael Schillenberger.
You know that guy?
Who the hell is that?
Yeah. See, I don't know.
I'll look him up.
What's he do? That's the governor.
He's
running independent as a non-political party.
Yeah.
Dude, California, it's impossible to be a non-political party candidate.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Like it doesn't matter how great you are. Like there's, I think there's another one that was interesting too. So Schillenberger went on Joe Rogan and got some notoriety.
Okay.
But the problem is in California, you can't run as you can't run as a.
There you go. Michael D. Schillenberger is an American author who co-edited and wrote books including Breakthrough, From Death to in the Environmentalism to the Politics of Possibility. So, okay, they're just naming shit he's written.
I mean, talking the fact that he's running for
Yeah.
Not even covering his gubernatorial race.
No, not talking about any of that.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. But anyway, I did a brief. I saw that he was an author, and I stopped looking at it. But I thought,
Spencer,
yeah,
book shamer.
That's great.
I don't know. If
Spencer's
he was
back
like
there.
a celebrity or something, I would have been into it. No,
Spencer's back there burning books in his backyard.
Totally.
oh, you're into books? Fuck this guy,
Give me some more whiskey.
Fucking nerds.
nerds. Doyle rules.
Oh fuck! Sean's a snorter. Snorter fuck.
That got me, dude.
It's the Fosters.
It's
The Fosters.
Fosters.
What, Foster's was in some movie, wasn't it? It was
Crocodile.
Crocodile Dundee, right?
That's what I thought too. I have no idea.
Fosters. It's
Fosters.
for beer.
No,
something
Australian.
It's
for
Australian.
beer.
Australian
for beer,
Foster.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a commercial there.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Chap.
It was on TV. It was on,
Yeah.
it
You
was
can't
on the
believe
big
everything you see on TV, Spencer.
That's true. That's very true.
Speaking of TV, you guys watched the new Batman?
No, dude, I'm not a fucking nerd.
Dude, I haven't watched a movie.
This guy looks like he watches.
You guys were talking about
I know.
the Black
one?
Magic, whatever it's called.
Black Mirror.
Black.
Mirror?
Oh yeah, dude. That was. But that came out what? How many years ago?
A long
6 years,
time
8
ago,
years ago.
Yeah.
Right, and it kind of created a
This
little.
guy's running a freedom revival right now, dude. He
You
can't
have
be
time to watch
bothered.
Batman?
Did
No
you
way.
guys watch 2,000 Mules?
Oh, I heard about that. No,
You haven't watched it yet.
no.
Negative.
It's interesting.
What is it on?
It's about so
CNN?
2,000 Mules is discussing the infrastructure which the cheating took place in 2020.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, we all know there's something that happened.
Yeah.
No.
We all know, but we don't know what, right? Like what's the extent? We
I can't believe those words are coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, we all saw like the spike, and we're like, okay, 3 a.m. Why are there 4 states with spikes? But how the fuck did they do it? You know, and I think you've had people attempt to decode it, like Mike Lindell with his cyberposium. Did you guys watch that?
No.
I've seen that.
Dude, he's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Lindell's amazing.
I got his towels.
You do? Any pillows?
No pillow.
No sheets?
I heard the pillows are like you got to wash the pillow and it like
Oh, you're supposed to wash all your pillows, bro.
Yeah, that's not a new thing.
wash your pillow.
Like the sheet or the like cover.
Yeah, the case.
Yeah.
Not the fucking pillow, psycho.
Oh, you wash the pillow?
But the pillow itself, have you ever seen a grody one, dude? That's kind of
yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah, you
dude.
throw it away.
You throw it
bro.
away.
Yeah, you throw it away.
You get those guys out
You don't
there.
wash cotton.
No, 100%.
Well, you wash your shirts.
I mean,
Why
not
can't you
like
wash
cotton filled like
Wow, somebody's got a hygienic issue over here.
coming from the guy who doesn't use soap.
Hey, soap is a government conspiracy.
Yeah, it's like the birds are.
Dude,
not real.
this guy's got dreadlocks. It's 2 versus 1 right now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, dude. We don't. Neither of us use soap.
I stand. I'm the fringe.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously the minority here.
Fringe.
well played.
Few ways.
well played.
Touche. Fuck.
Oh god. All right, back to 2,000 Mules.
Oh, 2,000 Mules, bro. All right, so none of us know how they cheated. We know there was something, right? Even the right or the left knows. Oh, yeah. There's a little cheating taking place. Essentially, what they did is they used geo tagging from our phones, so they know where I'm at.
Okay.
Right from where I live, they're like, oh, you can see the little dot. They know where I'm at. So if you have the IP address, they can follow this.
House.
You know, actually, check this out. Google Maps, Waze, Apple Maps. You guys use those apps, right? Because you're human. Do you know how they track the time, like that it takes to get from point A to point B?
What do you got?
Have you ever thought about it?
I have, but I'm like, I don't. Yeah, never came to any kind of conclusions.
Geotagging. So they have everybody's phone information on Google. Your phone information is sent to Google, and Google is able to use your phone information using everybody's. So they've got thousands upon thousands of cars that are on the highway. That information is sent to their servers, and they'll tell you there's a car here, and this is how long it's taking.
Oh shit.
Oh, the traffic. Yeah, for sure.
The traffic, that's how the traffic's determined from point A to point B. And that's why it's so accurate, because it's using the car's geotags that are on the highway currently.
They're literally looking at like, oh, that person's phone, that person's phone, that person's phone. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
and
traffic's slow.
analytics of hundreds of thousands of vehicles all at once.
That's terrifying.
Well, it's real. That's exactly what they did in 2,000 Mules. They took that same geotagging information and they were like, well, if we look at like a full county and we know where the Dropbox are located, what would it be like if we just maybe try to figure out like how many people are showing up to that one Dropbox 20 times? Like, why would anybody show up to a Dropbox 20 times? And then they looked up these nonprofits that are, more progressive, and they said, and they've got to go to that, like a nonprofit.
Wait. This was the foundation looking at these geotagging.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they use the geotagging to try to figure out, is there some information here that we can use that would maybe lead us somewhere. And so they started with this premise of all the drop boxes. They pinned those locations, and then they pinned those nonprofits. And they said, if an individual, any IP address or whatever you call it on your phone, goes to any of these locations more than 20 times, why would anybody go more than once? Because it's a voting booth, like a box, right? Nobody goes to the post office 20 times, let alone, anymore. But so they just ran the data and saw what happened. And they chose specific areas. They chose Atlanta, they chose Phoenix, they chose Detroit, and a couple other regions, all the contested ones. And they were shocked when they looked at the data. So what it showed was there were like 275 people in Atlanta that had traveled to like an average of 28, 30 drop boxes in one night. And then it went to that nonprofit. So they were like, well, that's fucking interesting. Mm-hmm. So let's try this in Phoenix. Same thing, about 200. They tried it in Detroit, and it was like 1,000. And the average was like 70. Like 70 drop boxes in one night for one person.
Yeah, that's normal. People get a vote a lot.
Totally. Yeah. And so
people in prison, your dead grandma.
I got a few ballots.
Well, the weird thing is, if it was just that data, then I think you could write it off. Be like, that's just a strange anomaly for some science people. You add the cameras, because every Dropbox had a camera on it.
Oh, shit.
The person that you're tracking, so me, if there's a camera, yeah, fucking cameras everywhere. Then you'd be able to say, yeah, his phone's there and the camera's there, therefore he's there. It's verified. And so that's exactly what they did. They tied the camera footage of the people with the phones that were at those specific locations, going from location to location to location, and the video footage showed them stuffing these ballots into the drop boxes.
Got him.
And they're
Got
like,
him.
fucking A. And so they're breaking it down, essentially trying to comprehend who's running this show. Because it's like the mafia, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a very structured concept that
BlackRock, right?
the left is running
the show?
these, and you can't even actually. I don't even want to say the left. It's not the left. It's these people that are trying to destroy our liberty. Yeah. It's not the left, dude. The left. It's not a left-right battle. It's evil versus good. And these evil fucks that want to destroy this the Constitution and our liberty, they're attempting to use these leftists to do that. And so they're paying, and a lot of the people that they're using, straight out of prison, on welfare, like the poorest of society that are
people that
desperate.
just nothing else going on in their life.
They pay them $10 a ballot. Pay them $10 a ballot. You drop off 700 ballots. You're making $7,000 a night. Dude, it's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Wild.
It makes sense, and that's the scary part. So what do we do about it?
They found, yesterday they just found some ballots in LA.
They did.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Post office.
They said 104 found ballots, I'm assuming for primary.
Yeah.
There they are.
And
jeez, that's where we put them.
there's some lady walking her dog, found them in an alley.
Right.
That's weird.
Right.
At these government properties.
Seems legit.
Dude. So it's going to happen, right? And then California, it's legal to harvest. So, for example, like if you wanted to make your front yard, like you put a sign up that said, drop your ballots here. Everybody can drop off their ballots in your front yard, and you can take them to a ballot, like a ballot, the vote center.
That seems legit.
This is the only state in the entire country.
Go fucking figure.
Yeah. Right? It's crazy, dude.
Good old Newsom.
Come on.
Sure. God wasn't telling you to stay in Idaho.
Yeah. Dude, I just got hope,
Sure,
man.
you're listening to the right voice.
Dude, I'm just hopeful, bro.
Dude, you're the man of the people, dude. You're the man of California right now, dude.
Did, yeah, for
I
sure.
just love this.
Here-
I love the fight.
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
Any I know family's very big for you, and I know like the viral thing kind of probably shook you a little bit, but
Sure.
any chance of you running?
Yeah. There's a thought,
Let's go, baby.
I had aspirations this election year. Is it raining? But honestly, there are so many great people that are running in my districts, so I feel compelled just to empower them.
Sure.
I got you.
And so it's not going to be this election cycle.
Gotcha.
There's from top to bottom, bro. I went from school board to mayor to city council.
I saw you did a little cheat sheet for San Diego County.
That's right. Yeah, the voter guide.
If you could do a Riverside cheat sheet, that'd be fantastic.
I'll get on it, bro. Don't worry. I got you.
Actually, that would be really cool. Not just because I would love a cheat sheet, but like
Yeah.
for all the counties in California,
to
like have something.
It's so hard to like.
For sure.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, for us lay.
How many counties
people,
are there in California?
Sure.
5-ish.
5-ish, right?
Yeah, because
L.A.,
it depends
San
on which
Diego,
one's
Orange
in.
County, Riverside, San Bernardino.
San Bernardino's huge. It's like the largest county.
San Bernardino is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say you said Orange? LA? Yeah, I think you got all 5 of them.
Okay.
There's
California?
which one's is there one on the east, right? It's like Imperial County.
Imperial Valley, yeah.
If you count that, I mean, but that's just all desert, dude.
Yeah, we don't need those desert people. I mean, they're probably on our side anyway.
Well, farmers, man.
Farmers,
Yeah, if you live in the desert, you probably want to be left alone.
Just cook your mess.
Dude, it's like on your way to Vegas. Some of those towns you hit before you hit there, you're like,
yeah.
you're out here for a fucking reason. You don't want anyone to find you.
Is that where your truck was?
Yeah, probably. Probably found its way out there before it went back to Paris for sure.
Whoa. Tacoma.
What are your thoughts on the whole like Elon Musk situation with the buy and then like how everyone's been reacting to it? What do you got?
It's fascinating. I'm amazed that he actually had the ability to do it. You know, because they tried so hard to stop it, and that just gets me stoked.
That is some big dick money right there.
Money. They say money can buy anything.
Yeah.
There's a price for everything.
There's a price for everything.
Totally. Because you know they were like screaming like I love that meme of the girl in the green, right?
Yeah.
She's always screaming. It's like them. All the whole board of Twitter is like that girl, and it's so funny because they're so greedy that they can't overcome their greed to say no. Yeah. Because they just had to say no, right? Like, but they're like, fuck, I need the money. Yeah. Like, I thrive on this.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jack do, man. Jack had mental breakdown, maybe.
Well, Jack was out, right? Well, I mean, he's probably still a part of the company in some form, some fashion, but he did make a comment on
Elon. Yeah, I remember
Elon, and it sounded like he was. I put it up on the Potty Mouth story at Potty Mouth Podcast. And
shout out to this podcast.
And he did make a comment that I remember it was like leaning towards the side of like this is kind of a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
From Jack Dorsey.
Oh, interesting.
Awkward.
Yeah. It's what blows my mind is immediately he buys it, everybody's stoked, and then immediately everybody's like terrified. Like we're such fickle people. Yeah. We're like, are we excited or are we not excited? So the guy likes tech and he likes this idea of implanting chips in our heads.
And shit. Yeah.
Okay, so be it. But are we going to be able to just talk on Twitter again? Is that going to be a platform? And that's like, let's just be happy for a minute. Let's not be freaked out. COVID and the conspiracy and the lockdown is over. So let's just take the win and let's add that to the wins and just move forward.
Yeah. So I've said this before. I saw a clip from Poplitics. Mm-hmm. And she said, dude, he's our guy until he's not our guy.
There you go.
Right now,
I like it.
He's our guy.
So you're chalking up as a win, Shaun?
I chalk it as a win, dude. I like it because it freaked the left out. It helped them realize that we're still Americans. It may go so sour, but I don't care because I'm not on Twitter. And not to say that I want Twitter to crash by any means, but it's not something that's going to affect my emotions.
I'm not on Twitter either, but I just think it's a great movement in general to just kind of put the spotlight on censorship.
Yeah. Agreed. For sure. I mean, how great is it? Because they're screaming and shouting about, oh no, this is going to affect the presidential election.
Like, yeah.
Or the primary election.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like,
oh my God, dude. That video.
Bizarre.
I've got some great videos.
I thought that too.
Yeah. Because this way he can sway or just censor. You're like, yeah, you fucking idiot. That's what we've been saying this entire fucking time. You dumbass. Here, I got some fantastic videos of people just absolutely losing their shit over this.
Yeah. Did I just have a thought?
On Twitter, it is
this chick from The View. If you listen, clearly nobody listens to this podcast and listens to The View, but
it is about free speech. It seems to me that it's about free speech of straight white men. And so let them have it.
like, how do you come up with that thought? And then say that on TV?
He's South African.
I think it has a real outside.
He was in the apartheid. Like,
Dude, I can't.
Totally.
He was poor.
It's so idiotic.
And then you saw this clip.
Yeah.
And then somebody went out and crushed the numbers.
Okay.
And the majority of people who use Twitter are like fucking Indians, dude.
Oh my God.
Dude, white people are third down the list.
Oh my God.
And then it goes like Indian, Asian, and white, and black, Hispanic, or something like that.
But
now it's for white people only.
Right.
Like, dude, that was a thought not only was that a
Totally.
thought in your brain, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I'm going to say this out loud, and then I'm going to say this with a microphone and a TV in front of me, dude.
Well, that's gonna change. I mean, nothing changes. You're just still free to type whatever you want. Like it's Twitter's your thing.
Unreal. Here
Well, you
we
went from a white cisgendered male
Well, it looks like Twitter's
to a
gone.
white cisgendered male.
go. Yeah.
And Elon Stalin is taking
Elon
over.
Stalin.
So fuck you, Twitter, and goodbye forever, you insane Q-like forum. Or soon to be insane like Q-like forum. Peace out. Bye.
So she thinks Twitter is now an insane Q-like forum.
QAnon
QAnon, yeah. Now,
platform.
Amazing.
because you're allowed to say whatever you want.
Right.
So she's literally in favor of like not letting people say things
Right.
that she doesn't agree with or anyone should agree with.
Dude, I'm always amazed by how people grab onto ideas that they don't understand.
Yeah.
What doesn't make sense?
It's just so fast.
Well, because I think it's people want to identify. I think a lot of this comes from both sides.
Yeah.
I think people, the gang mentality, right? The
Yes.
tribe mentality. People want to be a part of something. They want to be a
Yes.
part of a team, a gang, a clique, a
Yes.
tribe.
Yes.
And for some people, this is what they
Totally.
feel like, even though,
You're
like you
right.
just said, they don't fucking understand it.
They don't get it.
But the other people that they quote look up to,
Yeah.
they're like, oh well, he, she, fucking they, them. They said they're into that, so so am I.
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal, dude.
Dude, I got a buddy. Hold on.
You're good.
Go ahead, share. You get okay.
This is the video that we were just talking about. But yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
I got a buddy, LA. I love him to death because he's truly a friend of mine.
Yeah,
We share totally different ideas. And it's been fun because every couple months I give him a call. And I'm like, hey, bro, I'm just checking up. Like, what are your ideas? What are mine? Let's kind of bounce them off each other. And I love it. I truly love it because we do not agree on damn near everything.
Wow.
But we share this common curiosity for truth. So he thinks,
That's so lost these days.
dude, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. He sees the problem with America being capitalism. So if you were to ask someone on the left why America sucks, and they would say capitalism. It's because it's inherently bad. It's the corruption of all. It turns people bad. But if you were to ask me what makes it great, it's liberty and the freedom to be able to do what you want. You know, like they have to attribute it to this like great malicious thing that exists.
Yeah.
Like the failure can't be you. The failure has to be something lording over you.
Yeah.
It has to be something that I couldn't touch. I can't affect it because it justifies our apathy. And so you have these leftists that'll blame it on some big thing that they'll never be able to change. Elon Musk, they're never going to talk to him, but they can bitch about him. Q. Okay, you can, these Q conspiracy ideas, they can rant about them, but they're never going to understand. They don't take the time to understand them, nor do they take the time to realize that nobody really believes these ideas, but they can pigeonhole people into the ideas and say, you're one of those Q people because you think that America's good. And you're like, what? You know, and I believe that's the problem is if we saw ourselves as part of the solution, then I think we would talk more. But too many people are blaming other people or blaming large organizations because they don't want the responsibility. They just want to enjoy capitalism.
Yeah.
They want to take part in the fruit of it. My buddy makes like a killing in music. He gets paid to write songs in Los Angeles. Dude's making good money.
Yeah.
The byproduct of capitalism.
Yeah.
He doesn't want socialism, but he wants the reset of the system. But what system could we possibly reset this with that's going to produce something better? Nothing. There's nothing that's ever existed that's better than what we have. Period.
I love working hard for the money I make, but I don't like capitalism. I love all the money.
It's
I love
crazy.
doing something I really love to do and making great money, but fuck capitalism.
Dude, it's crazy.
Like what?
It doesn't make sense.
That makes sense.
Which is the problem.
And then we can look at the other side.
Yeah.
And perfect example, China. Look at what is happening in communist China right now.
Yeah.
It's an absolute fucking nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
And I fully believe that that's what the current administration wants to see.
For sure. Total control.
Total control. Total dependence
Yes.
is what they want.
Dude, it's good money, bro. Yeah, think about like when a monarch speaks, people have to submit to a monarch.
You told me a story where you did a lot of traveling, and you told me a story about when you went to Thailand.
Dude.
Right? Tell the listeners about that. That was pretty wild.
Tell the millions.
It's such a strange thing. I was in Bangkok, China. Bangkok, China. That doesn't exist. Bangkok, Thailand with my wife, and we're out there visiting some friends. We're doing some shopping at this mall, and
Shout out Louis Vuitton.
And as we're doing some shopping, we come out of the store and this song kicks on. So I look around and there are people that just turn to this flag and start like, I don't remember if they put their hand over their heart or salute.
Some kind of a...
And the national anthem of the country kicks on and everybody stops and stares at the flag. And my buddy kind of elbows me. He's like, dude, do the thing. Whatever it was, heart or salute. And we kind of like, okay, fucking...
When in Rome, do us
What the fuck are we doing? Does everybody do this shit? And he's like, after we get done doing the thing, he says, yeah, every day at noon, they play the song and everybody salutes the king.
Hell yeah.
It's to the king, dude. And they say that the king is like the greatest violinist. His voice is like angels. He jumps off a 10-story building and he actually soars. Like he doesn't fall. And people believe it.
Yeah.
My buddy is an American. Chicago resident, dude. Chicago all of his life. And he's like, dude, he's like supposed to be a really great singer.
No,
and I'm like, wait, you think that he's a great singer? Dude, I've heard he's amazing, bro. I've never had the chance to hear, but everybody says he's amazing.
Oh my God.
The Kool-Aid.
Dude, and my buddy is amazing. Like the dude, critical thinker, he's making bank on crypto. Like he's a problem solver. He's an entrepreneur. If my buddy can be brainwashed into the mindset of the masses, we're all susceptible.
Yeah.
All of us, every single one of us.
Holy shit.
Have you seen man, I love those the psychoanalysis where they'll put like people into a room and it's everybody's in on it but the guy.
Uh-huh.
And they see what they can make the guy do. And there's this one where the mentalist takes a guy and he sees, can I make this dude kill somebody? And everybody's in on it but him, right? So he goes through all this stuff, gets to the conclusion, and the guy ends up killing somebody by pushing somebody off a roof because he gets so angry. And it was a whole setup. And is it possible that we can be forced into something that we don't want to do? The guy was a good guy. He was a good dude that ended up pushing the guy off the roof. But I think we can, dude. I think it's like you've talked about Jordan Peterson, where we need to recognize that we as men need to be wild and courageous and be like as mean, but then we need to be able to control it. That doesn't exist in our society, as well as we think that if some tyranny were to come, that we're all going to be the heroes rather than being the villains. That we think we're so great, but we're untrained. So when the shit hits the fan, we're all going to be the villains thinking we're the heroes.
Yeah.
And dude, societies have done this time and time and time and time again. You know, you think the people that were in the gulags throwing people into camps didn't think they were heroes?
For sure.
They absolutely did.
Yeah.
100%. You think the Chinese that were, or the Japanese that were slaughtering the Chinese didn't think they were heroes? Of course they did.
Or all these, you see right now, current fucking 2022.
Yes.
You got these Chinese cops breaking people's doors down.
You got it.
Ripping them out, killing their fucking animals.
Totally.
They think in their head, because they've clearly been brainwashed to fucking hell and back.
Totally.
That, no, this is the right way. This is the right thing to do.
Yes.
Oh, the animals in the bags was killing me.
It's crazy. It's crazy what we'll do. We don't know the darkness that exists inside of us. We are such dark human beings, and I think we're so easily led astray, but we think we're in control.
No.
It's terrible.
100%.
I mean, it's dark.
Let's get to this very comedic video that we were just talking about.
All on Twitter or Facebook or what have you. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't even have to be transparent. You could secretly ban one party's candidate or all
This is
of its
Ari
candidates,
Melber from
all of its
MSNBC.
nominees, or you could just secretly turn down the reach of their stuff and turn up the reach of
Shadow
the
banning?
emails.
You think?
Yeah, I think we were talking about...
About it until after the election. Elon Musk says this is all to help people because he is just a free speech, philosophically clear, open-minded helper. Own all of Twitter or Facebook.
So basically, his quote is, you could secretly ban one party's candidate
Yeah.
Or you could just secretly turn down their reach of their stuff or turn up the reach of something else.
Yeah.
And the rest of us might not even find out about it until after the election.
Just gives everyone the
Ari,
same,
that
same
is such
platform.
a valid point.
Yeah.
It's like that almost already fucking happened, you dipshit. God, these people, dude. I'm telling you.
Do you think the left, or forgive me, those individuals who listen to this guy and believe this guy, do you think they realize this is exactly what we were saying
No.
4 years ago?
No.
You don't?
I don't think they realize.
That's scary.
It is.
That is scary. Because again, just like the soapbox you've been on this whole time, which I love, this is like if that person is susceptible to this kind of brainwashing,
Bro.
anybody is.
Yep.
We all are.
Come on.
We all are. It's fucking wild. Last one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Look,
Oh,
you
this
know,
guy.
I think that's
Brian
that's
Selter. Good
that's
God.
An
It's terrible.
example of a broader question for Twitter, which is, if you get invited to something where there are no rules, where there is total freedom.
Sounds like a
for
great
everybody,
place.
Do you actually want to go to that party?
Yes.
Or are you going to decide to stay home? And
What?
that's
Yeah.
Twitter users. Some Twitter users much
Stay home and fuck your couch, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. There's these, I'm telling you, these people, good God. And like this is crazy. All these networks got together. They're like, okay, guys,
Totally.
we got to come up with a pitch to tell our viewers this is bad. What do you got?
Yeah.
This is the best they got.
Yeah. How do you rail on freedom? Say you can't handle it.
It's not good. It's
Too free.
It's not fun. It's too free.
Yeah, dude, it's not fun. Shit gets really wild.
It's a lot of freedom here. Shut her down.
This is way too free for me.
Too free.
Yeah, there is just way too much good times happening right now. I needed to dial down, please.
Call the freedom
Pretty
police.
fucking amazing. We kind of touched on this earlier.
What you got?
Roe versus Wade.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So we found out today that it was. We were still kind of unclear on like what the fuck happened today, but essentially it sounded like I'm going to use the word appeal. But it sounded like they were trying to appeal the decision, and it got rejected.
Yeah.
Hang on.
What?
Sean, when you ask him a question, I love
Oh,
it. dude.
the intensity.
He's like, all right, come on,
Yeah.
bring it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Like the video is awesome. He's
Yeah,
like,
no, when
gets
he
his
does that,
game.
all day, he's like, yeah, come on.
Come on.
He goes, come on. Come on.
get it.
Dude.
He
I
like
fucking love it, dude.
he ingests like
I'm
the
ingesting.
Oh
information.
no,
he totally-
he's there. He's
here.
present. I love it. I love it.
Dude, I'm fully
Sean's my
engaged.
spirit animal.
Dude,
Dude.
he is, man. He is. He's the man of the people. Man of the fucking people, dude.
Huh? Come on. Is that all you got? Come on. Pussy,
But
come
anyway, so
Let's go.
we established that something happened today. What was the C word? It was
Codify.
Codify.
Yeah.
Codify. So we established that it got codified today.
Or they attempted to codify.
Attempted to codify,
There you go.
and it no longer. Well, it still goes to SCOTUS,
Yeah.
right? But it sounds like it's going to be a no go.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
reading that and trying to figure out what the word codify means, it sounds like the senators were just making up bullshit to complicate bullshit.
Yes.
I think they were just trying to pass a law.
Where'd this come from? It like a week ago, it landed
Yeah.
on our radar. Like what
Yeah.
the heck?
Yeah.
I don't,
And how do they rush it through so fast?
Right.
Because I looked up an article back in 2019 where they're attempting to codify it. But what's the holdup? Why do they wait?
what is it?
Maybe they were trying to wait until they got a majority in the Senate, because I believe 2020, well, before 2019, there was a minority in the Senate. So they wanted to wait until they got a majority, but they got 50-50. So they're hoping every single Democrat would vote to codify it, because that's the closest shot they got, because they got fucking quack, fucking, Commie Harris in there. That would be the 51st vote, right? So
We did it, Joe.
yeah. So if it was 50-50, then Commie would be the 51 to break the tie, right? Is what they're hoping for. But what's the guy's name that
There was a Democrat that-
Joe Manchin?
Manchin, yeah.
Manchin?
Manchin.
Something like that. Dude, let's just talk about Joe Manchin for a second.
Oh, that dude. He's pretty wild.
With a
right?
big old D on the front. Yeah.
He's a Democrat. He's the one guy. This dude changed the course of history. So you talk about the left versus the right. Joe Manchin just changed the course of history in America as a Democrat.
He's not gonna be invited to the party.
So he can't
this guy,
possibly
yeah.
he can't possibly be a Democrat anymore, right? Well, wrong, because he's a Democrat. Democrats believe what Democrats believe, but this is good versus evil.
Yeah, it goes Manchin to vote on Dems Roe versus Wade bill, says going too far.
Yeah.
That, as of 11 hours ago.
Dude. So it's not the Republican Party that saved the day. Although they all voted yes or no, forgive me. They all voted one direction.
Yeah.
But it was a Democrat. It was a Democrat that put his neck on the line. And by neck on the line, I mean seriously.
Yeah, for
his
sure.
house is going to be attacked tonight by Antifa. Have we not been watching what they're doing at the Supreme Court? This dude's not ignorant. Yeah. He knows they're coming for him. But he chose to do it anyway. Yeah. Where are those men?
Yeah.
Like, that is a sign of guidance. If the corporate media isn't talking about his courage, they're missing the ball.
Oh, they're not going to.
But they're missing it. Why would they not capitalize on this? Yeah. This is what we need, more courage. Why are we not talking about what it looks like to be courageous? Because if we don't have more men that follow Joe Manchin, I don't care if he's a Democrat. The dude stood in the face of Antifa and said, I'm not going to let my grandchildren live in a country like this. So I'm going to do something about it. And he voted for morality and truth. I love it.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Maybe a value, maybe a deep down core value that he has.
Totally.
And something. how easy would it have been for him to just, fuck it.
Let me just.
Dude, 49 other senators said, fuck it. I mean, let's say half, like 13. What are there? How many of those are the ladies that wear white?
Don't ask
right?
us, bro.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong crowd.
Okay,
right now.
all right. So let's.
You're the guy supposed to be telling us, dude.
Okay, all right. So
Sorry,
AOC and Pelosi. I mean, Pelosi's
AOC. Good.
Lord. Like there are these like I don't even know what they're called, man. These ladies that wear white. I mean, maybe they're all in the House. I don't know if any
nightmares.
Senators.
Is that the word?
They're
you're
nightmares, dude. But you got these people that truly believe these leftist evil ideas.
Yeah.
And then you got people that don't. Majority of these Democrats don't.
But they fall in line.
Just like our example previously where we're discussing Russia during the gulags or Japan. Mm-hmm. There are people that, or even there's a book that I read. It's called 12 Ordinary Men. Peterson talks about it.
Okay.
And it discusses these average Joes that are given the ability in Germany to walk away from the murder of the Jews. They're given the opportunity, but they keep going. They keep going. And they're observing the murder of innocent men and women. They're observing the looting of these men and women where they're ripping them out of homes and they're stealing their jewelry. They're stealing everything. They're ripping their clothes off. They're swapping their clothes out. They're naked in the courtyard. They shoot them in the back of the head. 12 ordinary men are watching this. And they have the permission to leave, but they don't because the social pressure keeps them there.
Yeah, social pressure.
But here's the thing, is one man chooses to leave. So what do the rest do?
Do they start leaving? They
stay. Because the social pressure. Because the one guy was like, he was berated a little bit, like, you coward, you're not man enough. And he's like, dude, I ain't got pride. I ain't going to do this shit. I'm not too proud to walk away. I'm going. I'm done.
It's a little weird too. And I was listening to the Jocko podcast today. He talks about buzz training. It kind of brought a little light to me too. When an enlisted guy rings the bell to quit, it's just him. But when an officer rings the bell, there's typical 3 or 4 guys behind them. Because once he sets that precedent as a leader, the chips kind of just fall. And he says it happens every time. And it's just you think about when a leader falls or it quits or however you want to look at it, then people kind of just follow.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
You know what's crazy too about the ringing the bell is there's no shame.
Yeah.
They get it. So when the bell's rung, these guys are like, dude,
get it.
Get your stuff, get out of the pool. Dude, we love you, man. You're amazing. We value you. But this was all optional.
Yeah.
Like you chose it and you couldn't handle it, albeit. Like we love you, bro. We'll see you some other time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I think pride will crush us if we're not humbled. To go back to my marriage, bro.
Yeah.
Marriage can be the greatest thing if we're willing to be humble and say, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I am so sorry that I don't know why I was an asshole on Mother's Day. Because, I mean, it only one day out of the year.
Yeah.
And I fucking dropped the ball. And I am not a good husband because of it. But I'm willing to learn from my mistake and try again. Will you forgive me?
Babe, you listening, babe?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is for her, dude.
For you, babe.
It's not for you guys.
Yeah. You want us to clip that part for
Could you? Yeah. Could you clip that and send that to me? And that way, she'll.
Can you say it again? All right, camera's on you.
Let's dim the lights. Dim the lights.
It's true. It's true, man.
Look
it's
into
true.
the camera.
It's the hard work.
Yeah,
it's truly.
it is very
We've
true.
been told that convenience is the solution, right? The newest iPhone, get it because it's faster. Whatever. Get a car because it's automated driving because you don't have to do it. But it's convenience that will be our demise.
100%. I've said that for a long time. Like this, the reasons why we're having so many problems is everyone's too fucking comfortable.
Yes.
Too fucking comfortable.
Wholly agree.
I truly feel like that is at least not, if not the biggest root, definitely a root in a lot of our problems where people have far more time now because of that comfort, because of that ease. People have far more time to get upset and to make problems up.
I miss the mask mandate.
You miss it.
I miss it.
Tell me about it.
When it was there, you could see the problem. It made people uncomfortable. And so they're willing to show up and say, there's a problem. We got something to do. There is something in my neighborhood that's a problem. I feel uncomfortable going shopping. But now the mask mandate's gone, people are like, shit's fine.
Get comfortable again.
Hit the club.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You can hit the club if you want. But AB Assembly Bill 2223 is trying to legalize the murder of children all the way up to 39 weeks and 6 days.
Whoa.
Just before the baby's born.
Whoa.
It would be legalized where you can abort your child with no investigation. If AB 2223 goes through. The average person's not going to pay attention because we're so distracted.
Yeah. So, question, with everything that's happened with Roe versus Wade,
right?
Where does that bill stand?
So they knew it was coming. So Roe v. Wade was heard back in December.
Okay.
What?
So it's June. Yeah, the courts heard it, but they just deliberate. So they hear it in June, and it takes about 6 months of deliberation. And then in June, they're expected. From the beginning, they were expected to show what their ruling was, and they spoke in December about it. And California has been writing these bills, expecting, because in December when they were talking, asking questions. So the way the Supreme Court works is this: you get an hour in front of the judges. There's 9 judges, and you get 1 hour, 2 attorneys to just deliberate. And all they're doing is the judges are asking questions to the attorneys. The attorneys are just answering the questions back and forth, pretty much the entire time. Well, I mean, it's different than that, but essentially questions, answers for an hour, period. And so when the press heard the questions that the justices were asking, they could tell that they're leaning toward overturning Roe v. Wade. So there's this big fit, but what they did is started passing legislation. So you'll see a lot of states reacting. Texas wrote law, Oklahoma's writing law, because they're expecting it right now.
Damn, that's wild.
It's going to go back to states. All the states are preparing.
Yeah.
California is writing law too. And they're trying to make it so they can kill the fuck out of babies.
God damn.
But most people are so just disconnected.
Yeah.
Because we act all moral and high and, yeah, take me, my shit. But they don't actually, we're all faking it.
I wanted to ask you this. It was brought up in our last episode with our buddy Marty. He's strong, independent dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like libertarian to the core.
Yeah.
Right.
Colorado
guy.
Cool.
And he made a point, and this is kind of playing devil's advocate because I am against abortion.
Sure.
But then you get caught in this weird place where you're like, but I also am pro, like, let people do whatever the fuck they want to do with their life, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Right. So there's this weird,
Catch, yeah.
you know, teeter board that we're on.
Sure.
Is this kind of, you know, a win? So is this being disguised as a win for pro-life people? But in reality, could it be really a win for government being able to tell, legitimate government being able to, like, you know what, this, kind of like with the vaccine thing, right? Where it's like, I'm actually going to let you I'm going to tell you what you can and cannot do with your body. Mm-hmm. Is that where we're? That
was his argument, that the government will.
Yeah. So is this kind of? I kind of stuttered around there, but
sure.
Is this a win for pro-life people? Is this a true win for the people, or is this being disguised as a win for the people? And is this really actually a win for government being able to be in there where they're like, hey, we're actually going to be able to tell you what you can and can't do now with your body.
Okay, so let's break it down just a little bit. So Roe v. Wade in 1973 was ruled. There was a Dallas woman that wanted to have an abortion. The I think it was the local health person. I can't remember who it was Wade. Roe is the woman. Wade is like the individual that was working for the state, and she sued the state in Dallas for the ability to have an abortion, and the court ruled in favor of her for privacy, for the ability of privacy, and in that they essentially said that a woman could have an abortion up to viability. So they didn't determine when viability was, but it's assumed around 22 weeks.
Okay.
It was when a baby is viable outside the womb. So if you were to have a 22-week-old baby, viable at 22 weeks, essentially. But when they ruled on it, they said, this isn't something that we should be discussing. This isn't a Supreme Court thing. And and we're talking about like Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, this isn't a Supreme Court thing, but this is what we're going to do anyway. So to break down to the idea of, is this a win for the state to tell people what to do, in the sense of, if the Supreme Court overrules Roe v. Wade, I would disagree, because federally, the government has no authority to be doing that. Like that's not a federal thing.
10th Amendment.
There you go. The 10th Amendment. What's not delegated in the Constitution, it goes back to the states,
yes.
and then of that, it goes to the people. So the states would have more authority, and that's great. Like was it Justice Alito's documents, I believe it was, that were leaked that caused all this uproar?
Yeah.
In that, he discusses, let this go to the state legislatures.
That's their job.
The state legislator is of the people. Like the people, let them argue and discuss.
So the federal was basically saying, we don't want to be a part of this anymore.
It's not their job.
It's not their,
Yeah.
It's not their job.
10th Amendment. Their job is to do what the Constitution states, and they're limited. They're federally limited by the Constitution. So most people don't realize this, but the Constitution didn't include the Bill of Rights. All the Constitution is, the Article 1, this is going to challenge my memory, dude. Am I dumb enough to do this?
Dude, you're good.
Article 1 is the legislative branch, which is the strongest branch, the most feared branch of government. All right? So it's one that creates the laws, right? And they set the limits on what the legislative branch can do. Everything the legislative branch can do is within the Constitution. It labels it. Article 2 is the executive. Article 3 is the judicial. Yep. Everything they can do is, and then the next 4 articles are really breaking down the fundamentals and how the government's supposed to run. That's it. That's the Constitution. And then when they were attempting to pass ratify means pass. So when they attempted to pass the Constitution to make it law, to become like a real thing, they wrote the Federalist Papers. Are you familiar with the Federalist Papers? Do you know what they are?
No.
Cool. So there are three men, James Madison, John Jay, and Alexander Hamilton. They wrote the Federalist Papers in a New York paper to the people. They were trying to persuade the people to understand what the Constitution is. So they wrote letters like every week or two in this newspaper. They published them, let the people read it so they can understand what the Constitution was. It took a while to ratify it, but what I'm saying is when New York read the Constitution, they were like concerned that, well, how do we have rights? How do we know what our rights are? So they weren't willing to ratify it. They ratified it in 1789, but they on the hinge of they added a Bill of Rights. So they needed the people to have rights in the U.S. Constitution. Those didn't exist. So the U.S. Constitution was ratified without our rights. We didn't know what our rights were because they were ingrained in each state. Each state has their own constitution, and those rights are delegated in the constitutions. So, for example, California, I think it's Article 2, talks about what our rights are. So they're all enumerated. Like there's tons of them. Like freedom of speech is in there. All of them are in there because what the Constitution was attempting to do was being super vague. They wanted to limit the government and let the states do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. And whatever you're willing to do it. If you want to kill your babies, fucking do it. If enough of your people say it's a good idea, you're dumb, but do it, is what they were saying. Because they wanted liberty, because they were all countries. Every state was essentially a country. And they wanted to have the freedom to run your own country the way. Like every state is sovereign to an extent. Like you can't trade and you can't print your own currency, but pretty much beyond that, you can't create treaties. But you're essentially a sovereign place. Like if you want to remove yourself from the country, you're sovereign. Go for it. Like a state has the authority to remove themselves from the union if they want.
You ain't getting none of that money though.
They ain't getting no money. But that's where it comes back to Roe v. Wade. Overturning it goes back to the states because the states technically have a representative government where the people will tell the legislators what to do. And if they vote for 39 weeks and 6 days to kill their babies, then go for it. But if you don't like it, then move out of the state to another one.
So what do you vote on that bill? Can you say that?
Assembly Bill 2223.
Vote
No.
No.
Oppose it. Yeah, because the bill is written by this fucking psycho lady. Her name's Buffy Wicks out of San Francisco. Obviously, like
You kind of have to
all
be
the
with
rest
a
of them.
name like that, right?
Dude, she's crazy, dude. But good old Buffy, she's had an abortion. She thinks they're fantastic, and she's trying to get everybody else to have an abortion.
And let's just take out the whole like killing a living thing. Let's take that out. Like those do terrible things to women's bodies.
Yeah, and their minds too.
Where if you get enough of them, and let's say one day you're like, you know what, now's the time I'm gonna have a kid. You could very well run into a situation where like you actually can't.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you've done so much damage.
Dude.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah, learning about how the abortion happens is crazy. They just stick some rods up there and start ripping shit out. It's crazy. And I mean, we brought a woman on to ask her recently, like she had an abortion. She was raped. She had an abortion. Not from the rapist, but another guy. Like when she got raped, she got fucked up in the head. And so she just went on this spree, like having sex with all dudes because she was trying to justify the rape. Like she was just trying to work her way through it because just trying to cope, right? She didn't know how to cope. She's young, 17, got raped. She's just trying to figure out like, how do I move on? So she has an abortion when she's, I want to say 19 or something, like 17. I don't remember. Something like that. And she's talking about the psychological damage that the rape did and how her experience in the waiting room just before the abortion and her experience in the waiting room just after the abortion and the weight in the room of all these women that are doing something that they know is wrong. Like she said, it's so thick with this tension that this one girl who's had like 4 or 5 abortions is like, it's no big deal. This is my 5th one. I don't give a shit. Like you're just being dramatic to a room of silence. Like the spiritual energy is so dense that she felt compelled to say something. And I believe that my desire to say that abortions are bad is really just standing up for morality. Mm-hmm. And we just need more people to be willing to say, like, the truth is the truth. You're killing a baby. Yeah. Like, whether you do it or not, you're killing a baby. Like, that is a child. We're not going to say it's a fetus because it's not science. Like, this is a baby. The heartbeat starts at around 4 weeks. You're killing a baby. And, here's something trippy too. All right, dude. 10 years of marriage, birth control. My wife and I have been trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
We're at a point where I get it now. I understand how a woman's body operates in the sense of her cycle, right? Why do women not understand they can have so much sex as they want? Just avoid the ovulation. A woman ovulates for 3 days a month. I'm
pretty sure Hispanic women don't go through that.
Oh, that's true. I think that's probably like a longer period.
The swimmers, man.
That's true. The swimmers are powerful in that breed. But it's true, dude. 3 days a month, man. Women ovulate.
It's true.
And so you can only get pregnant in those 3 days or like a couple days before. So it's really like, let's look at a window of like 8 days. Don't have sex in those 8 days, but go fucking crazy every other day. And you're not going to get pregnant. My wife and I, we don't use birth control, bro. We don't have kids right now. We have 3. We know how the 3 became. And so we just don't do what we did for those 3 for the rest.
Anal, right?
Yeah, of course. That's the only way to go. Yeah. Yes. No. And that's another great way not to get a woman pregnant.
It's a great way, dude. It's fantastic.
Oh shit.
No, the same. That's how I had my son, dude.
Anal?
Yeah. That's the way. That's the way, dude.
No shit.
Yeah, he's the chosen one. He's God's favorite, obviously. No, it's the ovulating thing. Yeah.
This is terrible.
This is fantastic.
Oh god.
That note.
I'm gonna clip that. That's fantastic.
Beer is
sponsor us.
Sponsor birth control. Sponsor safe sex.
Okay, we've reached close towards the end of this, and you're new to this, so every week I do would you rather, or I just really call it answer the gram.
All right.
So I throw up 5 questions on our story on Potty Mouth, and we let our listeners and followers dive in. And they're pretty fantastic.
Handsome
All right.
guy.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather be able to throw 100 miles an hour? I'm sorry, 105 miles an hour, or dunk a basketball?
Dude,
and I am blown away how close this is.
Dude, 105.
100%.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yes.
Bro, I'm dunking, man.
No
No
questions
fucking
asked.
way, dude.
Why do I want to throw a baseball?
If you I'll walk
dude.
you through this as an ex-baseball player.
Dude.
Throwing 105 miles an hour is an
Insane.
anomaly.
It doesn't happen.
It's insane. So if you're throwing 105 miles an hour, you've got a very good chance of making a living doing that.
Bro.
Nobody.
You are making a living doing
Yeah,
that.
just because you can dunk a basketball, guess what? Everybody else in the NBA can dunk a basketball.
Yeah.
Dude, a white guy with dreads dunking a basketball?
That's a good point.
That's viral, bro.
That is a really great point. I've never dunked a basketball, but I've never thrown 105. So, I mean,
I'm telling you, the paydays between the two,
that's true.
you got to be doing a whole lot of other great things
That's true.
in lieu of dunking a basketball.
Good call.
Pretty much throwing 105 mile an hour fastball and being able to break off a decent curveball or changeup, you're pretty solid.
Dude, Sean could change the whole jump, man, with dreads. Like the whole.
Yeah, it'd be like
With the
Muggsy
dreads
Bogues.
just flowing in the back, dude.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, so
What's the gram say?
51% said
Amazing.
105. I cannot believe it was that close.
That is close.
51% said 105.
You guys don't know talent.
All right. I've been like mixing in some like fill in the blanks kind of, so they're pretty fantastic. If you had to get a face tattoo, what would it be?
Oh, dude. All right, so I just got on this spree of Mike Tyson,
Okay.
you know, and so if I was going to do the face tattoo, I might just replicate Mike Tyson.
No, get a face tattoo of Mike Tyson and his face tattoo.
Face tattoo.
There it is.
Dude,
That'd be good.
Of his face on my face.
Yes. That would actually be fucking gold. Anybody listening to this, dude, find someone who will do it.
Dude, because people would be like, it's Mike Tyson. No, it's Sean. No, but it's Mike Tyson.
It's Shaun Tyson.
Shaun Fredrickson, Mike Tyson.
Yeah. That would be fantastic.
That's for the win, bro.
Paul, you're inked up, dude. What do you got? If you got to go face tattoo, what do you got?
It's not neck, it's face.
Yeah, it's face.
Yeah.
Fuck. Just put a ribeye on there.
A ribeye, like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Just slap it on the face.
Yeah, I like that, dude.
I don't know.
That was way too white movie of a reference right there.
I wasn't even thinking Napoleon. Talk about a time capsule movie.
Yeah. I was watching Happy Gilmore the other night, and I was like, dude, this brings me back to the golden age. Right here.
Chappie.
Man.
Yeah. Chubby. Chubs, dude. Good old Chubs. Gator took my hand.
Yeah.
If I was going to do a face tattoo, fuck, man, I don't know. I like the ribeye idea. That's a good idea.
Throw this over the mountain.
Just a big old
See
American.
those mounds over there? I can throw a football a quarter mile. Fuck, I legitimately don't know what I'd get.
Big old don't tread on me on your cheek. or
There you
something.
go.
There you go. Just one large tear.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know. Let's listen to some other. Somebody said American flag. Arrows, bows, and coffee said American flag, which isn't a bad idea. Lynn's _Doe said teardrop. Okay,
There you go.
check yourself. You're from Oregon.
Not the
Relax.
second person.
Sarah from Florida _ said new eyebrows. So
Oh,
technically,
that's a win.
Damn.
Dude, I'd feel in my beard. I can't get this motherfucker to
there
like.
you go, dude.
Dude. That's a good cheat right there. Just get the beard tat.
What about you? Can you grow a beard?
Dude, I can't grow a beard, bro.
He said that, and I tried to walk him through it. Like, no, you just gotta let it go.
Yeah.
All right, no, I can bet you get like just whiskers.
Yeah, I just
like
got
a-
some whiskers, dude. It's not pretty.
All that hair back there, and you
I know.
can't get a
Well,
beard.
dude, I just got too much of this shit. It won't grow on my face. So it just grows off the top. It's kind of crazy.
Someone said, Trav Cat 75 said, always surprised eyebrows. I like that.
That's so great. I love that they're thinking cosmetic.
Yes,
I didn't think that you can add shit to your face to make your face look amazing. Yeah, that's great.
Nathan
Surprised.
Dean 86 also said teardrops. Bro, you're a home inspector. I don't think you want to be doing that. Callie _Bowhunter said camouflage.
Oh,
okay.
that's a great idea.
Digital or
Dark
you going-
Creek. Yeah.
Mossy Oak?
I know. Probably not. He's a hunter. So it's probably going to be like, what does he wear right now? He wears First Light. So
What about like eye paint? Just tattoo permanent eye
just
paint.
eye black on it? He's like, always ready for battle. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do like some kind of Viking-esque thing going on right there.
Now we're talking.
Oh, there you go.
Dark Creek said arrow going through my head.
Sure.
This is probably the best one. And we're going to end on this one.
Yeah.
Good friend Andrew Lenertz said full color, half Paul, half Spencer face.
That'd be dope. I mean,
That'd be good. Another makeup. Someone said Batman logo. Gary, our good friend Gary, said Batman logo. And then somebody said musical notes. Some good ones there.
how iconic was dude we're in my car when he says, "Dude, what's mine say?"
Oh, that was sweet.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Dude,
What's my say?
Bro.
that produces a good scene.
Oh, that's fucking
another good
fantastic.
one.
All right, next one. Would you rather? And this was interesting, very lopsided,
Okay.
but I feel like people never really got the idea that I was going for. But here we go. Would you rather be filthy rich in 1900, okay, or poor now? And a couple of responses like, well, like, oh, dude, we're all poor. Fuck Joe Biden. I'm like, okay, I get that, but like, I mean, like really poor in like the United States. Like, there's like, hey, all I have is like the clothes in my backpack and this bicycle I stole. That's poor. That's
dude.
homeless, but you know what I mean.
We're talking that
like,
poor?
We're talking like living off of food stamps, poor. Okay,
Fuck.
but poor now, like present day poor, or filthy fucking rich in 1900.
Give me the 1900s, bro.
1900s, right?
Yeah, because it'd be awesome. You're filthy rich in the 1900s. I mean, how cool would that be?
Nice.
What was happening in
It'd
1900?
be a horse buggy. I think
actual
1912 was
year-
the Model T
Model A, Model T, something like that.
something.
Prohibition was what, around the 1920s, right?
Yeah, 20s.
Because it was the rolling 20s,
Uh-huh.
and that's when like the Great Gatsby and everyone's fucking living up their life, dude.
Damn, Leonardo.
Yeah, Great Gatsby.
remember
Yeah, I'm
that?
trying to think. Like, what was the year 1900? Like, what was
That's
going
what I
on
wanna know.
that year? What happened that year?
I was gonna Google that and I got sidetracked. ADD is fucking ridiculous.
The Black
but
Plague and syphilis, bro.
leprosy was just running rampant. But yeah, I'm gonna go, dude. Give me filthy rich in 1900s, dude. Paul, what do you got?
I don't
Same?
understand the question, but yeah, sure, 1900.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You don't understand? Like, would you?
like what's poor now? Like who? What?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Being 20, would you be
but think
poor in
about all the
2022?
technology. Think about this: all the technology we have now, right? So all the conveniences, but you're still poor, right? Or think about 1900, the year 1900, where there's like not a lot of technology going on, but you're filthy rich in that era.
You need to fire the guy who's doing these questions, but I'm going 1900s.
I don't understand why you're not understanding this.
I understand it.
He said it's the crappy question.
Oh,
That's what he said.
I'm just being a little
yeah,
antagonist.
little diva over there. 75% said 1900.
See,
Makes sense.
those are all my followers.
Who's the number one celebrity birthday party would you want to attend? It could be a celebrity dead or alive.
Fuck. That. Yeah.
I got mine locked and loaded, dude.
Dude. Gosh. Dead or alive celebrity? Man, I was thinking Elon Musk. That's the first thing that popped in my
To
head.
party?
Yeah, it's got to be amazing.
All right.
The dude owns Twitter.
It's true. It's true.
I don't know, man. Yeah, Elon Musk, dude. I'm sticking with it. The dude's got,
Just to pick his brain over a glass
dude,
of
it's
whiskey.
got to be a bomb party. You said birthday party? Is that what you said?
It's
What'd you
just
say?
any kind of just celebrity birthday
birthday,
party. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's got to be bomb, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
going Elon, flying to the moon.
We never went there. How come we only went to the moon once?
oh my
Dude,
gosh.
let's talk about it.
No, can't do it right now. We're
What?
we're at like almost 2-hour podcast right now.
All right, FCC.
Yeah, jeez, were there limits on this podcast? Just kidding.
I'm suppressing your liberties on this
I
podcast.
don't know, what are you? I'm gonna exercise my Second Amendment, brother.
Dude,
Since I'm just gonna keep my Jocko crush going. I want
Oh, of course. I knew you were going to say
Jocko.
that. Jocko. John Daly, the golfer.
the golf. What?
Oh, dude. An absolute unit. Cocaine, booze, cigars, the whole nine, dude.
Does he?
Oh, God.
He's
And he's still somehow alive.
just a wild man.
Just a wild man, dude. He would get hammered before and after golf matches, and he was an absolute unit.
Really?
Drive the ball 450 yards.
Yeah.
I can picture you guys drinking, and you got to do you have to hold the what the fuck that thing's called?
Joint? What?
No, the joint. The you put your golf ball on?
Oh, the tee.
It's the tee in your mouth, and he's got to hit it off.
Oh, there you
got
go.
You land on the ground,
Yeah.
you're just crushing.
Yeah. No, the guy's an absolute unit.
Yeah.
And his son, who's also a unit, just signed a deal with Hooters. And John Daly used to have a partnership with Hooters too. So it's just like,
Okay.
it works out.
It's a dream come true.
Yeah, dream come true.
You got good wings.
This one was good. Nina Dot. Shout out to you. Used to be my neighbor. Frank Sinatra. That's a good one.
That's a great one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's a great
Two
one.
Frank Sinatras back to back.
Shout out.
Snoop Dogg. Another good one.
Interesting.
Hemingway.
Ernest?
I heard he was a serious drinker.
Yeah.
That's all I know about him.
Yeah.
Whiskey?
This guy knows for sure. Nathan Dean said Spencer Kirksey. Clearly he knows what's fuck up.
It's fucking crazy. Guess Hooters.
Drinking PBRs?
Drinking PBRs.
Man, I'm so sorry. I cannot understand your account name. Jerry Indiana? Yeah, there we go. Jerry Indiana. There we go. He said Shaq.
That'd be a good one.
Let's see. Callie Bowhunter said Adam Greentree. He's a bow hunter.
Okay.
Wow, why'd you default? Like, we didn't know.
Adam Greentree is.
We know that.
Well, he's just getting into bow
I don't.
hunting.
Yeah.
He know.
Dude, I knew.
Yeah. Now remember, it's 2 against 1, Paul.
Dude.
2 against 1. It's the non-soapers
I didn't
versus
know.
the soaper.
Yeah. I got to get more into bow hunting though.
Yeah.
I
Let's
do.
go
I
out,
need to
dude.
practice.
Dude, you've
Truly.
got a little place where you can go shoot.
Yeah.
A little
Oh, why give it ways?
pew
Come on.
pew.
Yeah.
We can do a little pew pew and then
Let's
a little
go.
fling fling.
Come on, dude.
There you go.
I think I got to get a new sight. I want one of those adjustable sights. What are they? Some pig hog.
Oh yeah, I know.
Double
Spot hog.
spot hog.
Yeah.
I want to get one of them.
Yeah, those are pretty legit.
They just
I got a
look cool.
trophy ridge. It's like middle of the road, but
Wow.
what's really nice about that one
Flex.
is that it kind of they've got like this crazy technology. It's called React technology where you only have to sight into your distances and then everything else like kind of stretches out like an accordion.
What?
Yeah, and so it's like by you doing those 2 distances, everything else should be mathematically correct.
Sounds
And
rad.
it's pretty good, dude. I'm pretty spot on.
How are you going to shut down our moon rant and you're going to bullshit with some goddamn bow?
Hey, we're
Yeah.
a couple bow hunters, a couple seasoned bow hunters talking over here.
Man.
Seasoned bow hunters. I'm not a seasoned.
All right, talk
bow
about your moon bullshit.
No, it's fine. FCC shut it down.
Dark Creek said Fred Bear, another bow hunter. And then, I'm sorry, yeah. And Teddy Roosevelt. We got a Brian Callen in there. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There you go.
That'd be a good one.
Oh, interesting.
That's a wrestler, Spencer.
And, thanks. Appreciate that.
what about The Rock?
No.
That'd be way better.
No way, dude. Remember he was just riding Biden's dick and then he's like, "Oh, this is so bad that's happening in the country." Yeah, no bullshit. Give me a fucking break.
Jeez, Spencer.
You're passionate about that one.
I'm going to take
I will
that.
never forget him doing some awkward ass endorsement speech about Biden.
Really?
Oh, it was
I didn't
so
see it.
terrible.
I don't follow the guy.
And
I have
then,
no idea.
and then no, it went viral because people were like, "What? Fucking The Rock?" And then something happened with him with Joe Rogan, where when everyone was attacking Joe Rogan for censorship, whatever, and he came out and said something in favor of Joe Rogan.
Yep.
And then some Yahoo from the ethos of the internet woods came and was like, "Oh, I can't believe this, that you're doing this, blah, 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 blah. You're siding with Joe Rogan." I'm pretty sure it was Joe Rogan. And then he just like flipped the script. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is bad. Joe Rogan's bad."
Oh god,
Dude,
it's too easy.
fuck that guy.
Too easy.
Fuck that guy.
His parties.
back-
suck.
Bring him
His
in here
birth-
right now.
his
Bring him in
birthday
here
parties.
right now,
He's
Paul.
got some sucky birthday parties.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then our friend Pam at Daddy's Little Peanut 83 said Elvis.
Oh,
All right.
good. Or
bad.
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth would be a great one. Dude, think about that's what 1900,
That
right?
would have been a great
No, it's a
one.
little late. A little
Yeah.
later? No.
Yeah, that's about
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
dude.
we're about
1900.
That
Yeah,
guy was
because he was in the turn of the
smoking
century,
darts in
bro.
the fucking dugout.
Yeah.
That guy partied.
Yeah. he did.
You know who probably out-partied him? Mickey Mantle.
Oh, dude. Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb was an evil motherfucker.
Dude, I loved Ty Cobb was one of my favorites, bro.
Oh, dude, he used
love
to.
that dude.
That's when everyone, dude, he would sharpen his spikes
Fucking
and go
stab
cleats up when he
people.
would go sliding into second base and shit.
Dude, was
Dirty, played so dirty.
for sure. But I think that's fake news.
Nah, dude, I believe it. I believe it.
I think they
Ty
all,
Cobb,
I
dude.
think they all just hated him
Yeah, right.
because he always kicked their ass.
That's
true.
right.
Sounds
Sore
like he was the
loser.
first Trump.
But yeah. He's a martyr. He's a martyr. But Mickey Mantle, his dad died of this very, very rare disease, like at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
And so everyone was telling him, doctors and everything, again, don't trust everything you hear.
Right.
Doctors were telling you, like, you're his son. It's going to happen to you.
You're dead.
So what did he do? He's like, well, fuck it. He literally said YOLO and just fucking partied his face off. He ended up living way past his dad.
Yeah.
But then had a bunch of health issues after that because of all the fucking partying he did.
Damn.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he was
Self-fulfilled
a fucking stud.
Did he die young?
I can't remember how old he was, but like, I'm pretty sure it was like in his 70s or something like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's
Not bad.
he
But
lived a
again, the
full
guy
life.
fucking raged hard.
Yeah, well,
Imagine raging back then, though. So many less regulations on anything.
yeah.
You literally just do whatever the fuck you wanted.
Truly.
Really?
Yeah.
Freedom party.
Freedom party. Okay.
They probably
you said
they probably
you
didn't
said
think
Johnny,
anything of it. They're just like, dude's raging in his garage. Everybody does that.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Dude's just doing lines of cocaine off that chick's ass.
Going a lot of cocaine.
That's some funny shit.
Okay. This is the last one. Here we go. And again, interesting numbers that we're looking at right here. Accidentally pocket dialing your mom and have her listen to you orgasm, or have an allergic reaction to the lube you're using and you get hives all over your body.
How long do the hives last?
A normal duration.
What is that? Like a day?
Ask the CDC. I don't know.
Like the CDC knows what they're talking about. They said men can get pregnant. All right.
I'm not a biologist.
Whoa.
Shout out.
Dude, give me the hives, bro. I'm
Hives?
not. Yeah, I'm not.
You're not letting your mom hear
not
your
letting my mom hear
your
me
O-face?
orgasm. Dude, that'd be fucking terrible.
your vinegar strokes.
No, I don't want to hear
Vinegar
it. No,
strokes.
dude, that sounds terrible. The vinegar strokes.
What is that?
What are you stroking off with vinegar, bro?
No, dude, that's a saying from the show The League.
Oh, okay.
Nothing?
No.
Oh,
No,
dude.
dude.
Cricket.
There's a character called Taco, and he tries to sneak up on his friends while they're having sex to catch their what he calls vinegar strokes. Is the term he coined as they're ejaculating is their vinegar strokes.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Okay.
There you go.
I'm following.
History lesson. Right there.
History lesson.
You're not the only guy who knows some history around here, right?
Throwing up big numbers.
Paul, what do you got? What are you doing?
No shame in my game. And-
Pocket dial?
Huh?
Are you going to pocket dial?
Yeah, that's fine.
Pocket dollar mom.
Mama knows it. Old Chappie's throwing it down.
Old Chappie.
Oh, sounds like old Chappie's really throwing it down right now. Well, that's interesting noise. Attaboy, Chappie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pocket dial.
Pocket dial.
The old vinegar strokes, dude. Going for it.
What do you expect? What do you want me to do with this hammer?
Paul, you and I, dude, we're on an island by ourselves. 67% said they'd rather take the lube reaction.
You guys are weak.
Take the
I know.
take the lube.
Sensitive skin, folks.
That's all I got for you, dude. You survived the gauntlet of Answer the Gram, dude.
This has been so fun.
Yeah, we'll do it again, dude. When
Yeah.
you're in office, you'll come out.
We changed.
Let's not wait that long.
But I am dead serious, dude. If you could come out with some kind of a cheat sheet
Yeah.
for the
For
counties,
Riverside.
dude, that'd be amazing. Because I saw your post, I was like, oh fuck yeah! I'm like, oh, San Diego, god damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're deliberating to see if it's possible. So the big thing is we don't have the time, right? It's fucking weeks before the election concludes. How do you research enough candidates in 5 different counties? And then we don't want to lead people astray. Like, what if we like choose? Let's say there's 3 Republicans that are running in for assembly in a district up here, and we're like, well, it seems like this person's less bought by that person, but come to find out we're wrong. Dude, I would hate to be responsible for that.
Yeah, I got you.
But I know for a fact that the ones that we've researched in San Diego, like I run with them. I see them, I watch them, I observe them. And then I know people that know them and I've met with them.
So you're just like so much tighter, obviously, so much tighter in San Diego.
For sure. So we would have to just find people in Riverside that are like well-versed and lean on them. But I don't know, man. I don't want to lead people astray.
Okay. We'll just do Riverside. Fuck the
All
other
right,
counties.
fuck Orange. LA's lost already, so might as well just
I mean, right, let's
San
just-
Bernardino, Riverside.
Forget about that dumpster fire. Let's just focus on Riverside right now.
All right. We'll see what
All
we
I
can
know
do.
is Bianco. That's all I know.
Dude, Bianco's he's a rock star.
Maybe I should talk to him. Talk to Bianco.
Dude.
Like,
He'll give you the lowdown.
tell me what to do here.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
Uh,
Well, dude, this has been a fucking blast, dude. Really, truly has. You're a great dude. You are the man of the people, the California kid. I fucking love it, dude. We'll,
I did it.
You did it. You
I
finished.
did it. And you know
finished
that
the
last
top-
drink wasn't near as terrible as the first one. All right. I just want that to be known, all you Foster's fans out there that think this is beer.
I love it, dude. Where can people find you? And then if you want to shout out anything you got in the works or on the radar, please do.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Freedom Revival events on Instagram. Check them out. What we're doing there is trying to reestablish liberty in this country. But we're starting at the local level. We're not going to change the country from the top. It's bottom. Who's your city council member? Who's your mayor? Who's your assembly member, state senate? We're really gathering the liberty-minded people on Freedom Revival events, interviewing people in San Diego County. You can follow me at Shaun, Shaun, Fredrickson on Instagram. I will entertain you with my show, We the People, and all sorts of stuff. I speak at the board, and I call out the tyrants. You should too. Get courageous. Call out the tyrants. We also have a website, freedomrevival.org. It's in the works right now for some stuff that we're about to put out, but change is coming to California.
Let's go, baby. I love it.
It's through the people.
I love it.
Come on.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, people, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. If not, just, pretend it didn't happen and move on with your life. Deuces, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.